was Harry Frolling's birthday yesterday, by the way.
Okay, how old?
27.
Okay, still a baby.
Yeah, man. Well, kia ora te whānau. Welcome to TSB Stadium here in New Plymouth. It is time for Sky Broadband Rapid League basketball action for second time today. Already we've seen the Giants and the Saints go at it. Now it's time for the Taranaki Airs and the Auckland Tuatara to do the same. So thank you for joining us wherever you're watching this game. Glenn Lama here with Lindsay Tate, former Tall Blacks point guard. And these two teams haven't been going so great in the Rapid League. So a chance for them to move up the table here, Lindsay.
Yeah, kia ora, Glenn, you're right. Someone's in for a good night tonight. Someone's going to get a win.
Yeah, it'd be nice for both of them to get it, but it ain't going to happen. Now, where is the Airs and the Tuatara on the first page? They're not there because they're right down the bottom. A little unusual. Their teams in the NBL going pretty well at the moment. It's not replicated in the Rapid League.
Yeah, might reflect a little bit that you're slightly top heavy, you know, and rotate 5, 6, 7 deep. So Rapid League here, we'll see what's going on this evening with these two groups.
Yeah, in fact, the Taranaki have only used 8 players in the Rapid League this season, which is a lot fewer than some of the other teams like the Tuatara. Here is their starting 5 in this game today. Josh Ledger, Josh Wiley, Chris McIntosh. We have Dylan Wilkie and Nick Barrow, the starting 5 for this game. Bit of experience there with Barrow and McIntosh, and some youth there with Wiley and Wilkie in particular.
For sure, for a Rapid League, a lot of experience you'll see with both rosters, so very lucky experience out here.
Indeed. Scott Telfer and Quinton Bailey certainly in the experience category for the Airs and Tuta. Nice to see Xavier Adam back in the Airs lineup. This is the first time he's been in the Airs lineup this season, so good to have him back, the 19-year-old, and pretty even stats there, maybe just favouring the Tuatara a little bit, even though they've lost 5 straight in the Rapid League.
Yeah, like we spoke about briefly earlier, someone's going to get a win this evening, and excited to see Xavier Adam suit up, son of Trent Adam, and a really talented young point guard from down Taranaki region. So watch him steer the ship as a point guard, should be fun.
Exactly, and Trent Adam, of course, an assistant coach these days at the Taranaki. Yeah, Xavier Adam did play 15 games of NBL last year and 19 games in the Rapid League. So great to have him back in the team as the Tuatara win the tip. And here is the action for them.
Looking to exploit that size advantage with both Josh and Nick there, the high-low.
Indeed. Now here is Adam. Easy to spot with that peroxide here.
Look like Eminem.
Exactly. Do you have peroxide here at any stage?
I did, son, and
yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you know about that.
Here is Adam, and welcome back to the NBL and the Rapid League, Xavier Adam.
Yeah, that's a great start and really comfortable playing down here. Obviously raised in this gym, so he'll feel real comfortable.
Indeed, a great start as Taranaki take the early advantage. Now let's see what Wiley, and now, well, that's a nice finish there from Ledger to get the Tuatara underway.
And that's where Josh is at his best, you know, just getting to 2 feet. That little soft touch shot for him is really effective. Bailey
back to Tuta. Now Adam again. Yeah, really enjoyed watching Adam play last year. Now that's taken away by Ledger. And almost lost by Wilkie. That's a nice recovery. And there's Wiley with that little teardrop. Not going to fall for him, and Bailey's got it. Off comes Bailey. Now Tuta, nice fake at the 3-point line. And he's going to give it to Hoyata. Can't nail the 3, and it's going to be Tuatara ball.
This is exactly the type of game you'd like to see Riley Tuta start to impose himself a little bit, you know, starting to break into the National League and play later in the evening. But these are exactly the type of games we'd like to see him break out and impose himself on the game.
Here is Wiley to Nick Barrow. McIntosh. Now Wiley again with a shot clock down to 7.
Playing off the middle on ball there.
Nice. Xavier Adam, just a little feather touch there, but he'll concede the foul, and Wiley will go to the Chemist Warehouse stripe to shoot a free throw.
Yeah, and just Josh, nice little screen there, and he got him onto his hip and finished with that little push shot. We'll go to the line for one shot here to get the and one. Nice little play to get the Tuatara started here in the first.
So here comes Adam for Taranaki.
Really good at controlling the pace, Adam.
He goes in for two. It's not going to drop as Ledger picks up the loose ball for the Tuatara. Chance for them to add to this 1-point lead. That's a nice drive and finish right there. No!
It is in a really free-flowing style from both teams early on. Not uncommon in the Rapid League, especially first quarter, back and forth.
Tuta.
I like that by Tuta, though.
Hustled and bustled there, but he couldn't get past Barrow.
Seen the little guard, couple good looks, just left them short.
Ledger again. Made a strong start, little reach in there by, I think that's Jordi Huiata, so it's going to be Ledger.
You're right, and similar down this end, Glenn. I like the way that Josh seen a slightly smaller defender and played downhill on him, forcing the referees to make a call, and he'll be rewarded with a couple of free throws here and catch his breath.
Josh Ledger at the line here. He's been averaging 6 points per game in the Rapid League this season. The Tuatara misses the first from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. He couldn't complete the three-point play a little while ago. Let's see if Ledger can get the free throw to fall here. And yes, there it is. First of the game for the Tuatara.
Just a little bit of extended pressure here off the free throw, just to eat into that clock on these setups.
Telfer back to Adam. Now Telfer for three. It's away, and it's been rebounded nicely by McIntosh.
See, they're kind of baiting Telfer into taking that shot, so like the way that he took that aggressively.
He probably looked at the stat sheet where his three-point percentage shooting is not great this season. And there's Barrow with a weak side rebound. Back to Ledger. He's going to post up here on Riley Tuta.
Got the smaller wing. I'd like to see Josh put that on the ring.
Exactly, didn't do so though. Yeah, and Barrow missed the jumper. Now here's Adam over to Bailey for three.
And I like that, just a little kick ahead with the rub screen to get the wide open three. Subtle little play. Here's Josh again, likes this mismatch, or this matchup, sorry.
Well, Barrow was back to him again, and there goes a three this time from the Tuatara. Nice jump shot there from Wilkie.
Can't leave him open. Watched a couple of Rapid League games for him this year, and he's got off, so watch them to run some more plays for him. He hits one or two, and he gets hot. He's a problem.
And there's a little tip from Ledger.
Great kick ahead.
Yeah, Chris McIntosh kind on Adam. And this is a great start for the Tuatara. They're up by 7 now.
Just the veteran there, Chris McIntosh, working his way back from injury. The strong play off 2 feet, playing through the chest and contact for the finish.
He's only had a couple of appearances in the NBL. That's a nice drive and finish there from Bailey.
Strong. What do they say? The seas parted. That's the classic one that we hit you with, right? When you get that, Glenn.
Nice for Taranaki, man. And I tell you, Lindsay, that was much needed too, right on the buzzer.
Absolutely. Apart from Xavier's three to start the game off, that was the only field goal of the quarter for the Mountaineers. So very timely score there. And at the ring, can't get anything better than a dunk.
So here is the offer for, what's it, a couple more days at any large piece for $25. And just scan that QR code, folks, and get into it. It's the offer from Sal's this week for round 7 of the NBL.
Perfect for a wet, long weekend. Some pizza. Order in.
Yes, indeed.
I like this here, Noah Rasmussen checking in. Haven't seen a whole lot of him this season, coming back from injury, but really talented youngster out of Westlake, and talented whānau, the Rasmussen whānau. All the way through basketball, netball. So cool to see him out on the court, back from injury. Young Noah, welcome back.
Looking forward to seeing him. He's 18 years of age. And just one game so far this season against the Panthers. He did score 6 points in that game.
Coming back off a shoulder injury. Really talented young player. First year out of high school.
Looking forward to seeing him play as we have a look at the Taranaki. Jerome Tamatea out there now, number 4. And here comes McIntosh again. Oops, had it stripped out of his hands by Bailey. Still going to be Tuatara ball.
And I like that by Chris Glenn. I like when he's aggressive and playing downhill. That's when he's his best. And he got right to the cup there, got it knocked out. But I like to see him being aggressive.
Back to McIntosh again. Marked by the young player Tamatea, who's only 16 years old. Now here's Wilkie again. Kicking it out to Chris Wiley, who's out there now, and he can't nail a jumper, and Bailey's got it.
Your brother of Josh Wiley, Chris Wiley there, both.
Well, they're triplets, aren't they?
Aye, aye. Rosmini Products, really talented whānau.
Here's Telfer from the corner, and he nails the three this time. And now it's a nice little 5-0 run for Taranaki.
Beautiful ball movement on the perimeter by Taranaki, and the one more finds the corner shooter, knocks him down.
Here's Rasmussen. Back to Wiley, McIntosh rather. There goes the triple attempt coming in from Dylan Wilkie. Not going to nail it this time.
Great rebound there by Huata, battling with Nick Barrow, which is always a battle down low.
Huata's a strong player. Here's
Good
Tamatea.
screen.
Almost losing it there. Jerome Tamatea recovers nicely, but almost had it stripped out of his hands there by Barrow. It is going to be Tuatara ball anyway.
Great penetration there by young Tamatea. Just second line read. Probably had the dump off there, but all great learnings. Again, this is what the Rapid League is about. Getting an opportunity to play at this level and learn about your reads.
Here's Ledger to inbound it. Now here comes Josh Wiley again. Bit confusing, of course, when he's out there with his sibling.
Josh has got the switch here with the guard. Just switched on that on ball. Let's see if he can exploit it here and take advantage.
Here's Ledger. Oh, tipped out of court by Adam.
And I'd just like to see Josh get aggressive there, Glenn. You know, he's played a lot at this level now, and we know he can facilitate and play finesse, but every now and then he's really skilled enough and strong enough to just put those smaller guys in the ring.
Ledger, shot clock down to 3. Here's Chris Wiley from the corner.
Good D.
Yeah, Adam is a good defender. Now Tamatea, would have just been a little reach-in foul there from that Tuatara player, who's Rasmussen.
That was a quick blow for the young fella. Hard to do anything in that time. Coach Andrew Green at the reins for Taranaki Rapid League.
Yes, Sione Mama.
Sione Mama, aye. Brother of Josiah Mama. He's over in China right now with our
Junior Tall Blacks, right?
Or yeah, some of the boys trialing out for that final team. Played China last night, Finland today. So good luck to the brothers.
They've got a World Cup coming up, haven't they?
Very shortly.
In a couple of months.
Hotly contested for those spots right now. So well, everyone's kind of showing their worth for that.
Jerome Tamatea picking up that foul. Quite a low-scoring quarter here so far in the second quarter of the Sky Broadband Rapid League game. Just 18 points in the match so far. Really tightened up. In fact, Tuatara haven't scored in this quarter yet.
Yeah, it's dried up for them this quarter, Glenn.
There's a nice pass from Ledger. Well, that's a lovely pull-up jump shot there from Wilkie.
Right on cue, and his jumper is silky smooth. He gets to a spot and shoots that thing out of a phone booth. It looks good. That'll be his 5th point.
Yeah, he's got 5 points. You're spot on there. Now Tuatara over to Telfer in that corner.
Good read.
Trying to get around Barrow. Tamatea is going to put up the 3.
I love that cut by Quinton Bailey as well. Open that shot up for Tamatea on the weak side.
Ledger.
Good find.
Getting plenty of touches. Nice recovery there from Barrow. Gives it over to Josh Wilkie.
Nick likes this matchup down low.
Barrow against Telfer here. Ooh, he lost it. Lost his confidence there just for a second. Now, that's Riley Tuta.
Good find. Good find.
There's Telfer again. Oh, smashed out of his hands, but a foul. That might be actually on Barrow rather than the other player who was there, Josh Ledger.
You could see Bailey talking there. He had Xavier Adam wide open on the wing, so Telfer lucky that he got the foul call, but he'll get rewarded for his aggression. Couple of free throws here. Cut the lead.
He's the type of player that gets to the Chemist Warehouse stripe a lot in games. Now, this is Taranaki's first visit to the Chemist Warehouse stripe in this game. Telfer 2 from 2 from that visit, and it is back to a 2-point lead for Auckland. Wiley coming down court. Is Ledger wide open for that 3, and he nails it.
Beautiful find, and That's what Josh is really good at, you know, that straight up line down, knockdown three, and just what the doctor ordered for Tuatara, who have been struggling a little bit in the second quarter to score.
Back to a 5-point game. Telfer can't respond with his own three, and
rebound.
Here's Ledger's doing it at both ends at the moment, and we've got a BNZ player timeout called with 36 seconds left in the half. Interesting time to call it, Lindsay.
Yeah, I was just probably couldn't see my curl of my frown through this microphone, but I was trying to figure that one out.
I did. Here's the ticket to the big game, though, folks. The scan that QR code, and we always thank BNZ for their support and investment of New Zealand basketball. And with round 7 coming towards a conclusion in the NBL, there's still got plenty more games to come right the way through until mid-July. There's opportunities for you to see your favourite team in action. Oh, Taranaki with a little foul there.
It'll be their second for the quarter, so one more before the bonus. They had one to give. Love to see some teams throw some zone in here on these player timeouts, because everyone's running man stuff.
Certainly are. That's Ledger.
It's my little coach thoughts.
Yeah, it's Ledger for 3. Can't nail 2 in a row. Adam fighting hard for the rebound, and he's got it.
Good rebound. Real good positional play, Xavier Adam. Not going to beat you with straight line speed, but really good lines.
Taranaki will want to use up a bit of time here.
Flash.
On a score 2 is 5 points behind as Adam. Nice
Great
pass.
find.
Oh, the little tip over to Taranaki. That's a lovely fake from the 16-year-old. And he's sweet with that jumper too.
That was beautiful. Just tapped it on his forehead on the shot fake. One dribble pull up and had the one more, but confidently knocked it down.
Bailey! Almost from the half court. That would have been sensational for Taranaki, but not to be. It's the Tuatara up by 3 at the half here in the Sky Broadband Rapidly game, 15-12. So let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats at half-time here, Lindsay. Leading scorer in the game is Dylan Wilkie at the moment with 5. In fact, I tell a lie, it's Ledger with 6.
Yeah, Josh is out there doing great, and Wilkie's backing him up, and you can see on the other side, Scott Telfer leading the way with 5, and Xavier Adam chipping in with his 3 to start the game off. Rebounds, Quinton Bailey and Josh Ledger again showing up on the stat sheet, leading the way. Chris McIntosh doing a great job as your point guard, dropping down for 3 boards. And sharing the load assist-wise on both teams. You can see Tuatara chipping in 1 assist each there for the boys.
Bailey with 3 steals already.
That's a lot, even if it's just deflections. 3 steals. Well done, Mr. Bailey.
Exactly. Well, we can accuse him of being greedy, can't we? Because no one else has got a steal in the Taranaki team.
That is one part of the game where we don't mind you being greedy on defense. Don't be selfish, though.
Let's see.
Coach Mama here talking to the troops.
Yeah, it's both teams trying to break a kind of a losing habit in the Sky Broadband Rapidly, right?
Absolutely, and if again, looking forward to what we're about to go into after this, and you're trying to build your bench up and get these guys valuable minutes as well, and build confidence and style in your season moving forward. So it's still really valuable, even though both teams are struggling a little bit in the Rapid League right now.
Yes, indeed, and don't forget about the Cells NBL game. That tips off at 6:30 this evening between the Airs and the Tuatara. Tuatara coming into that game in 5th place on the ladder, and the Airs on 6th. So it's going to be interesting. Let's get the 3rd quarter underway of this game.
They love to start with this little play, the Tuatara, little swing play.
Wiley can't nail the basket though, and there's Telfer getting the rebound over Barrow this time. Now Tamatia still out there, the young fella.
Yeah, you can see his confidence. He's growing even in the first couple of games I've watched. Just the way he's handling the ball, he looks more confident already, which is really nice to see.
It's great to see, isn't it? Telfer losing the ball out of court there.
You can see by the way some of these brothers walk that they're feeling more confident, which is great. That's exactly what the Rapid League is about. Back over? Oh, sloppy one there for the Tuatara. A couple of veterans. You normally get away with that one, Glenn, in Rapid League, don't you?
You do, don't you? And it just...
it's Easter, come on,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. I mean, if McIntosh had just delayed that pass by like 0.1 of a second, I think that would have been sweet. Can the Taranaki take advantage of that error? Here's Xavier Adam. Tuta. Got a good three-point shot on him, Tuta. Now there's a foul before the shot there. In fact, are they going to count that as a shooting foul?
I think we'll get a couple shots here, Glenn, on the pickup. And like you said, because of his ability to shoot from the perimeter, caught Wilkie on the closeout and got him on his hip, and he'll be rewarded with a couple of free throws here from the line.
Riley Tuta misses the first. He's been going at 6 points per game in the Rapid League. 47% from the three-point line. Gets the second free throw to fall as that lead is cut to 2.
Yeah, another local product out of New Plymouth Boys, and had a great youth career down there. Great to see him showing out in the Rapid League this evening.
Wilkie back out there now for the Tuatara. And McIntosh.
And Tuta knows the scouting report there. He can shoot that thing. He's doing his best to stay connected. Great job there.
There's Huiata with that rebound. Now Xavier Adam looks to increase the pace.
Great push.
Couldn't get around the vet though, McIntosh. And here's Tuta, and we've got an illegal screen there by Telfer.
Yeah, those ones are tough, Glenn. Those little kind of dribble pitch, dribble handoffs, and you just follow through with the slightest of brush screens. And again, kind of like that back over half. Sometimes they call it, sometimes they don't. And he got penalized that time, unfortunately, for Taranaki.
Here comes Wiley. It's Josh Wiley all the way. Fantastic basket from the 18-year-old.
And that's just too easy if you're the Mountaineers there, you know, just giving up a straight line drive down the center of the heart of your defense off a sideline out of bounds.
4 points for Wiley in the game. Now Tuta kicks it back to Quentin Bailey, who's going to nail another three-pointer for Taranaki.
That's just way too comfortable for Quentin Bailey. And young Josh Ledger, he knows the scout on him. He needed to close that airspace just a half beat quicker and got punished.
Telfer and Adam, and now Bailey have three-pointers for Taranaki in this game.
This is Barrow with the switch here, sorry Glenn, down low.
And there's the, it's well read by Bailey at the other end of the court.
Yeah, great read, and you can see the smart defenders are getting pretty good at acknowledging that people are looking to pass to that corner and dropping in on it.
Taranaki take the lead for the first time in the game since Adam nailed the first three right at the start of the match. Telfer with 8 points now. Here's McIntosh. Nice rotation to Wilkie. And Wilkie responds with a three, and Tuatara back in front by 1.
Beautiful movement by the Tuatara, you know. Chris McIntosh with the one more to the corner. Highest percentage three-point shot. Dylan Wilkie, one of your better shooters. 3 points on the board.
Tuta, nice couple of pump fakes there. And there's the foul by Josh Ledger.
Crafty little play, but he gets that because he gets to 2 feet, which again, we speak about that a lot, especially in this Rapid League. The guys that have the ability to play off 2 feet and give yourself counters. So really like that play from Riley.
He's just 20. New Zealand under-18 rep in 2022. He had a year over in Oklahoma at Cameron University last year.
Oklahoma.
What about Oklahoma today against Memphis? That was crazy. You don't know what we're talking about here. Game 1 of the Western Conference Series. Yeah. And Oklahoma beat Memphis by 51 points.
They beat the brakes off them. They didn't beat them. They beat the brakes off them today. I had to check the highlights to make sure it was real.
It was real. It was real. Here's Wiley. 1:10 left in this third period. Here's Barrow. I want to see him and Bailey go head-to-head a bit more often in this game. Xavier Adam with the rebound.
Yeah, a lot of respect.
Hello, brothers from another mother, eh?
Right.
Here is Telfer rather, over to Quentin Bailey. Here we are. That's what we've been waiting for. And Bailey can't get the job done against Barrow. Adam can't nail the three. Game's loosening up a little bit, which is good. Here's Wiley. This is Chris Wiley, rather. Back to his brother, Josh. Here's Chris again.
A little bit clunky here, the Tuatara last couple positions.
Josh Wiley.
Good rebound by Telfer.
He got a whack in the face there for his troubles as Bailey comes down court again.
This kind of semi-trans pace continues in the Rapid League. One position here for the Airs to finish out if they want it.
Tuatara should get another play.
Get a couple of seconds coming down.
Adam, shot clock down to 3. Someone's got to put it up, and it's been turned over.
Oh.
Ooh, wasn't far away, and it's still here. Who was that with that shot? Dylan Wilkie almost nailed that absolutely impossible shot. And we are all locked up with 1 quarter to play in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game, 20 apiece.
A little bit of clock awareness there, Glenn. He must have looked at the wrong clock or read it wrong. Shot that thing with about 3-4 seconds on. Nearly went in though, so tied up heading into this 4th.
Scott Telfer, 8 points. He's leading the way points-wise for the Tuatara. Rather for the Airs in this game. Quentin Bailey's got 5 points and 5 rebounds, and for the Tuatara, it's Dylan Wilkie with 8. And the rebound count is in favour of Josh Ledger with 4.
You can see Quentin Bailey and Jordi Huata have done a great job on the boards as well. On that last possession, Xavier Adams didn't get a 3, but just the offensive board tip out, all adding to them being able to claw back and tie this thing up heading into the 4th. Great effort by the Airs.
Yeah, they've got 9 rebounds between them, Huata and Bailey, out of the total of 14. There's that Sky Broadband Fibre starter package, $50 a month. 0952 55555 if you want more details. And now we've got 4 minutes of play left here.
Decent crowd looking to fill up there at the Mountaineers.
Easter Monday.
Which is great to see down there, supporting the crew.
Good to see some league fans in the crowd today.
Kiwis,
man. Looking forward to seeing them back in action. How about the Waz at the moment?
Yeah.
Loving the Waz.
Talking about them off air, got to get my son through.
Yeah. Well, they've got the next game in Auckland against the Raiders because they're down in Christchurch for another sold-out game next week as we see Xavier Adam. Ooh, yeah. Tasty finish there from Adam. He's got 5.
Beautiful push shot and really good at getting guys on his hips and just, he's got that rhythm. He knows when to get his shot off. Great finish. Put them up 2. Start this 4th. Good cut, Noah.
Rasmussen. Good finish there too. He just had to create a bit of space for himself there.
You can see very strong and Samoan descent, strong base. So that was light work for him. His daddy was a really good player too, Dale Rasmussen. So cool to see Noah back on the court.
Here's Xavier Adam.
Good read.
Oh, yeah, almost stolen there by our man Noah Rasmussen.
That was one thing I was trying to get off earlier, Glenn. You can see that a lot of the smarter defenders are getting better now at reading those cross-court skips and trying to shoot the gap and steal those. So interesting to watch that play out over the season.
Telfer to inbound it. Going to go down to the wire in this game. Feels like we could be. Here's Bailey. He's away this time. Didn't run in and grab his own rebound as Rasmussen grabbed it. There's McIntosh. Josh Wiley back to McIntosh.
Josh
He's going to make a cut there, but he didn't.
He's got the switch here. That's what he was looking for. He's got the young guard down low. Noah missed him here.
4 on the shot clock here for Rasmussen. Nice rotation. So Chris Wiley in the corner, and there's a rebound on the weak side of Ledger.
Still got that mismatch. Josh needs to go here and put him in the ring.
Exactly. He's not going to. Here's Wiley. Now, there's a little reach in there by Tamati, who's going to pick up his 3rd foul.
And again, there's just another scenario. I'd love to see Josh put his shoulder through him, couple dribbles to the ring and put that thing up a couple times. I think he could be really successful with that.
McIntosh. And a muscle pass Telfer. Ooh.
Strong rebound, Noah.
Oh, I don't know Rasmussen there, but Bailey has it.
He is always a strong rebounder, Mr. Bailey.
Ooh, he lost the ball. McIntosh might have got a little fingertip in there.
Yeah.
Here's Ledger. Here's Rasmussen. He's going to do a move
That's
on
what I'm talking about, Glenn.
Yeah.
Right there.
Well, you say he's first year out of high school?
First year out of high school. I also said he has Samoan descent, so, you know, strong down there.
Got 4 points, Rasmussen. Tuatara up by 2 with just under 2 to play. Here's Adam.
That's nice.
And
he is comfortable playing in that pocket right there where a lot of people aren't comfortable in that mid-range. The Lost are beautiful to see.
It's good to see him back playing.
Yeah, his jump shot looks better than his hair. I'm just playing.
I tell you, that might be a matter of opinion.
Yeah, you're right. There you go. Yeah. I'm just playing. I know Xavier enough to make us think that.
I don't know where he's been actually, but I'm trying to find out. But it's really good to see him back.
Absolutely, and as a youth, one of the better passes I've seen. Just great vision and hook passes and finding those weak sides. It's kind of rare at the youth level, but got the jump on that early. I would say having a dad that's a lifer coach helps with that, you know.
So here's it's a minute 44 left. And here's Nick Barrow over to Wiley, marked by Tamatia. It's Wilkie for three. Barrow getting in there over the top of Hoiata, and it's going to be Tuatara ball.
And that is Nick Barrow's value. That will not show up on a stat sheet as an offensive board, but it is another position with a minute 30 on the clock in a tied game. And that is his value, for those that don't understand.
Now salvaged by Wilkie over to Barrow. And it's McIntosh for three. Oh, that could be critical in the game.
Big shot by Chris, did not hesitate. Fought for his feet. Signed a shot and knocked that thing down clean to give them the 3-point lead. Good hands by a big fella, Nick Barrow.
Almost a steal there, and here's Adam. Back to Tuta. McIntosh with that three has 5 points for the Tuatara. Now Tuta over to Telfer.
Good box out by McIntosh there.
A couple of big plays by McIntosh.
Absolutely. Veteran plays. Looks like he's still getting right with that knee. But really solid plays down the stretch here.
Wilkie.
Like this by Wilkie.
Got those long arms, can't nail the basket. No foul either, and it is Taranaki ball. How was that not a foul?
I'm not sure. He looked like he was in WrestleMania yesterday that I was watching.
Who won that? Randy Savage?
Oh, there you go.
Could you do a good Randy Savage?
Macho Man was still around.
Yeah. Come on, you can do it. Oh, yeah. So great, aren't they, those guys? What characters they were 20 years ago. Here's Tamatia. Here's Telfer.
Chance to tie it up here. Good D by...
Nah, a little push in the back there by Rasmussen. I reckon the ref got that one spot on.
It's okay. They got a foul to give here to Tuatara.
More importantly, they're up by 3. So they've got a bit of scoreboard pressure in their favour. Adam.
Obviously, really big position here for the Mountaineers. They'll play off this middle long ball with Xavier Adams. Good find. Good catch.
Telfer. No foul given up by the Tuatara. Now it's theirs to lose, isn't it?
For sure. Time and score here.
Here is Rasmussen.
Smart by Noah, just killing clock.
Same with McIntosh. Here's Wiley doing the same. They can run the clock right down here. Here's Wilkie with 2 on the shot clock. Can't nail it. Rebound by Rasmussen, but now as the referee awarded a foul here to the Tuatara.
You can see Nick Barrow there, looks like he's being called with the foul, and as usual, when Nick's around, it's not him that's lying down, it's somebody else, but bang bang play there. Ryan with the call.
Well, you call your BNZ player timeout here, don't you? You don't waste time here with 8.9 on the clock. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm with you. Unless they didn't use it right. Only in the first.
There you go.
No, there he is.
They're using it now. So there's the BNZ player timeout called by Scott Telfer. And one more play here for Taranaki.
What do you do here,
Glenn?
Down. Do we foul and not let them even get up a 3? Do we play it head up?
How many fouls have they got to give?
1. So you foul and that'll kill a bit of clock. Then you foul again and send them to the line. Don't even give them a chance to tie it up. And then you turn it into a free throw game, right? That's what you do if you're in Europe right now. You don't even give them a chance. Over here, we kind of leave it as a gamble, you know?
What about inbound, letting them inbound it and soaking up a couple of seconds and then fouling? And then fouling, right?
Absolutely. That's what a lot of teams do as well, you know? And I'm not just fouling blindly. I'm actually fouling trying to go for the steal. And if we foul, we follow through. The risk, you foul a 3-point shooter.
Adam to inbounder. See what Taranaki can do here. Telfer.
I like that little play.
Oh, it's come off the Tuatara there. Wiley a little unlucky not to get the ball.
And if Telfer kept that, he probably could have taken one dribble into a 3-pointer. Not to be that guy, but great little play off the side out of bounds by Taranaki and Coach Green.
Well, that worked out well for the Tuatara. That soaked up another couple of seconds on the game clock as Telfer. Adam.
Like, we can foul right now.
Exactly. Adam, they can give away the shot there, and he lays it in.
Not have been the time to foul here.
Exactly.
I'm glad he did it.
And that's a smart play by Nick Barrow there. He's called a player timeout now. The BNZ player timeout. A 1-point lead here for the Tuatara. All they need to do is hold the ball.
Yeah, I'd say you want to advance here just so you don't turn anything over near your hoop and give them a chance to throw up a Hail Mary. Again, you're obviously not throwing anything back towards the halfway line unnecessarily. We could always, is 1.8 too early to try throw it up to the ceiling and let everybody play slap around?
I don't think it is.
No, I mean, what are you going to do if you catch it there with 1.8 on the clock?
All you need to do is hold the ball, and that'll work. There you go. Nice play from the Tuatara to close that one out. They win it by a point. Low-scoring game, 27-26, but the Tuatara get their third win of the Sky Broadband Rapid League, and they get the win over the Taranaki Airs by 1 point. Xavier Adam with 9 was the leading scorer. But look at that scoring on the Tuatara side. Nicely spread around, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a 16-minute ball game, and you look at those numbers on the board, and great effort from both teams. But Tuatara coming out just with the 1-point edge this evening, and they'll be happy to get a win. It's been tough the last couple of weeks in Rapid League for them.
5 rebounds for Ledger to go with his 6 points as well. Good all-round game from McIntosh. Love the supporting play from McIntosh through that one too, Lindsay.
Really solid by the veteran guard this evening, Chris McIntosh, being back for 2-3 weeks now and looking solid for these boys.
And nicely spread around some of these other statistical categories, steals and also assists in this game as well.
4 steals for Mr. Bailey. That's a lot.
That is a lot, isn't it? No blocks in the game. So there we are, 27-26. So we can remind you in about 25 minutes, we'll have the coverage beginning and the lead into the NZNBL game between the Airs and the Tuatara. We hope you can join us from New Plymouth at that time as we get the Airs and the Tuatara clashing. One off Sky. Kia ora everybody and welcome here to TSB Stadium. We're about to wrap up round 6 of the NBL, the NZNBL for 2025. This is the final game between the Taranaki Airs and the Auckland Tuatara. Two pretty decent teams going at it here. Mid-table at the moment, both of them, but only one of them can get the win tonight. Glenn Lama here and Lindsay Tate, former Tall Blacks guard, with us. And this should be a beauty. We've got the hottest team in the league. The Tuatara have run 5 straight up against Taranaki. Always tough at home, Lindsay.
Yeah, hottest team in the league coming up against the Airs tonight, coming off a tough loss down at the Jets. So they'll be looking to bounce back at home. So looking forward to this one, Glenn.
These two teams have met once before this season, with the Airs winning 102-79 back in March, late March, but lots changed then with Rob Lowe added and Davo Hickey added. And the Tuatara, that is reflected in that mixandpick.com with 60% at the moment. There they are in 5th and 6th place. So this is a big game here. If Taranaki can get the win, they might just join the Tuatara, the 5 there. But if the Tuatara win, they'll leap into the top 4.
Yeah, and Tuatara have won all 5 games since Davo Hickey and Rob Lowe have joined. And obviously Taranaki looking to stay in touch with the top 6. Big game this evening. And
tough day for Nelson, of course, beaten by 40 points earlier today by the Saints, who go back to the top of the table with that 7-2 record. Let's have a look at the head-to-heads here, and this is looking pretty good here with Foxwell and Hickey and Froling and Lowe. Those two battles are going to be big.
Yeah, really exciting. You know, front court and back court, 2 of the better in the league, if not the best. So really exciting this evening to see them operate, them guards. And
a full 4-on form. We're going to be in for a terrific matchup. Now, we've got a 3-day break coming up before we get back into round 7 action, beginning on Thursday in Palmy. And there's a little double-header coming up there with another game on Saturday for the Jets. And in between those 2 games, the Hawks host the Bulls, and the Sharks back in Invercargill, a bit of resurgence in their form. And another challenge coming up for the Nelson Giants in Invercargill on Anzac Day.
Yeah, Giants stuck up struggle street a little bit right now, but a few new pieces that they've added, and hopefully they can get something on the board against the Sharks coming up.
Let's have a look at the starting five. No surprises for the Tuatara and their coach Cam Glidden, sticking with Charles Pride, Boy Tuach, Dave O'Hickey, who's been in sensational form, Rob Lowe and Tom Vodanovich, the two Tall Blacks. Let's hear now from Rob Lowe.
Rob, winning form is good form. Tell us about the mood around the Tuatara squad right now, and also about playing alongside Dave O'Hickey.
Yeah, you know, we're rolling a little bit now. You know, guys are finding their role. We're getting some good practices together, so it's fun to be around. Hopefully, we continue the winning ways, and you know, Dave is a huge part of that. Like you said, he's fun to play with. But yeah, it's a team game, and you know, everyone's got to contribute.
You go up against Harry Froling tonight. Tell us about the matchup and what you need to do to limit Harry's influence on the game.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal talent, and it's great to see him back on the court after what he's gone through the last couple of years. So he'll be a handful tonight. You know, me, Tom, Nick, all have a go at him, and hope to hold him back.
Yeah, good to see Rob Lowe coming back home too to play for the Breakers next season. Here is the year starting five. They're at full strength as well. Carlin Davis and Armon Fletcher. Froling, we just heard about there. Jack Andrew and Owen Foxwell, the Boomers guard. Now, let's hear from Harry Froling.
Harry, the Tuatara is the most informed team in the competition right now. What do you and the team have to get right tonight to get the win?
Yeah, obviously they've repowered and they've got a few stars that have come in with Davo and Rob Lowe, so it's going to be all defensive end. You know, they're a talented offensive team, and coming out defensively, being ready and being ready from the start.
So for you personally, a big matchup against Rob Lowe. Tell us what you expect from Rob and the key things you can do to win that battle.
Yeah, obviously he's a talented player and he's been around the league for a while, and I've played him in the Aussie NBL a fair bit, so we're similar players in a way, but you know, it's just limiting their guys as much as we can, and him and Dave will be big ones to slow down, and they're going to get their buckets because they're talented players, but if we can limit them and make it difficult for them, we should be all right.
Got to give a shout out to Harry Froling. He turned 27 yesterday.
Oh, Rafano, Harry, happy birthday, brother.
Yeah, and he's been in sensational form, hasn't he? He's going at 22 points a game, 10 rebounds a game. And that battle between he and Rob Lowe is going to be something special, as we see Ryan Jones, Hayden Pipe and Sam McFadgen, the referees today. And based on what we've seen and the talents of both players, I think it's going to be pretty even between those two. What do you reckon?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, a battle kind of styles here. You've got the Tuatara that play really good from the perimeter, and they're shooting that thing great right now, second in the league. And then obviously the size and inside dominance and rebounding of Taranaki. So it'll be interesting to watch those two styles go at it this evening.
You reckon with Froling and Andrew teaming up, they've got a bit of an advantage there over the Tuatara? What do you think? Yeah,
great question. I don't know if I'd say advantage, but I'd say it'll be the rare occasion where they're evenly matched at both sides. So again, as a fan, and you can see it reflected in the stands this evening in Taranaki, it's going to be a good one to watch.
And we've got to talk about Dave O'Hickey. He's had 4 games. Oof. He's averaging pretty much a triple-double. I'm going to round up his 9.5 assists to 10. It's always easier to put on a stat sheet. But he's #1 in scoring with 28 points per game at 59% too, Lindsay.
Listen, Glenn, it's hard for me to give love to an Aussie guard. It does make it easier for me that my man is of Aboriginal descent. I love that, but I love this kid. All jokes aside, you know, he's coming and he's lit the league on fire. I love the energy he plays with and what he brings to the arena. So we're really lucky to have him up here in Tamaki, but obviously just in the league as well. So he's right up there for MVP right now.
10 rebounds a game, 10 assists a game. How do you stop him? What
I mean, you're talking about a 30-point triple-double. No lie, not to be that guy, but if I'm marking him, I'm probably forcing him to shoot everything from the perimeter, which I saw the Hawks were trying to do. But the big thing I would do is I wouldn't let him get anything coming to the right-hand side of the court. I'd basically try and what we call ice, I guess, is a common terminology, and just force him everything down one side of the court and see if that works. Because right now, with a 30-point triple-double, he's just tearing the league apart. We could blow everything up and hard double everything as well and make him give it up. And I would even honestly resort to denying him off the ball and taking the ball out of his hands and making somebody else beat you.
And I've got to say a shout out to wherever you're watching too, of course throughout New Zealand and on the FIBA Basketball YouTube channel. You've been getting a bit of feedback from some pretty influential people, which will remain nameless, but there is some high-powered people watching this game tonight, isn't there?
It is. It's cool to see around the world and, you know, around the traps, even at youth basketball tournaments and whatnot, you know, people giving feedback about the National League and how it's going over here in Aotearoa. So exciting times for our game. The game is exploding here.
Yeah, one individual in particular was enjoying our impersonation of Macho Man Savage from back in the day.
Yeah, we were having a laugh about that, getting our WrestleMania on over here.
Exactly, yeah. So looking forward to your company all the way through to the end of this game on your Easter Monday. Good little crowd building up here in New Plymouth for this clash. As I touched on earlier, the Airs won the first clash between these two back on the 23rd of March, 102-79. Davison, 25 points in that game. Froling, 23. Foxwell, 20. All three of those guys have got a fire again, really, to get Taranaki home, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely they do, especially against the firepower of the Tuatara. You're right, you need a big showing from all of them. And Foxwell coming off probably his best game of the season, nearly had a 40-piece and getting close to averaging 10 assists with Hickey. So really big ball game for all of them this evening.
Yeah, of course, with Foxwell named in the Boomers, I'm sure he'll relish this matchup with Hickey. See if he can get the number over. Not going to be easy.
Man, you did right. That's exactly the mindset that I'm coming in with. Somebody is always watching, you know, and Davo Hickey, probably one of the hottest players in Australasia right now, and Owen Foxwell with a lot of confidence just being named to this Boomers team. I'm sure he's coming in here and trying to go head up and prove his worth this evening.
Exactly. Foxwell's going to enjoy going up against the Tall Blacks. So enjoy Foxball tonight, folks, but of course when the Tall Blacks play Australia, he's going to be no good.
Yeah, get boo.
Exactly. Let's get this game underway, and it's going to be Jack Andrew winning the tip for Taranaki here in New Plymouth as Davison comes down court, and straight away Fletcher left alone by Lowe.
Great start to the game. The old Rob Lowe acknowledging there was a bit of a mix-up, and can't hope for anything better than a dunk at the ring, Glenn, to start the game for Taranaki.
Well, Fletcher's been going at 17. He's another that's got to fire up. Now Pride, he's just turned it over, and here's Carlin Davison trying to work away like lovely to Andrew.
And I caught some of the last game for Taranaki, and Carlin Davison, low-key, really nice passer and playing with great feel. And you can see there, Glenn, early on, Carlin trying to ice Hickey and not let him use that on-ball screen. Interesting. They must have been listening to us.
2 dunks exactly to start the game. Foxwell surprising. All those people courtside actually went on their feet, and there's a foul against Pride as we saw Foxwell be nice and aggressive.
Yeah, great take by Foxwell. A tough call, I have to say, on Charlie Pride there. It looked like he did a good job of keeping his chest in front, but Foxwell will get rewarded for his aggression with a couple free throws.
He's been going at 68% from the free throw line in the NBL this season, so I'd like to give that a little bit of a bump.
Yeah, lefty can shoot that thing. Interesting how many times you see guys that shoot it really good from the three-point line that struggle a little bit from the free throw line. It's always kind of buzzed me out, but who knows, maybe someone can do a study on that one day. Nick Horvath or something.
Exactly. Unsolved mystery of our basketball times as we see Taranaki make a hot start with Foxwell nailing 2 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Vidanovic coming down court. Now Pride again. Now Hickey with his first touch.
We've got Carlin, one of the most athletic players in the league, matched up with Davo Hickey here, not Owen Foxwell, which is interesting to see. The chess match.
We saw Andrew marking Low rather than Froling on that play as well. So
yeah.
There might be some switching going on there between Froling and Jack Andrew.
And again, Cam Glidden and Sam McKinnon, 2 legends in their own right as players. And I know sometimes when I get frustrated, I look down the other end at the coach like, man, I'd waste him if we played. But they can't do that this evening. Both of them boys can play.
Here's Rob Lowe. Wonderful start for Taranaki. 6 points in the first minute, and there's the first point finally for Auckland. As Davison comes down court for the Airs. Andrew. Over to Foxwell.
Great ducking.
Yeah, early into Froling, who fades away beautifully there on Rob Lowe.
Tommy V did a great job there of recovering late and forcing him into the tough kind of Dirk Nowitzki-like fade, but bottoms for Froling.
Here's Lowe and Andrew again, going at it.
Leading the league in blocks, Jack Andrew right now.
Quick shot from Lowe, not going to fall, but it's come off a Taranaki player.
I like that D by Jack Andrew, just walling up and forcing Robin to the tough contested hook.
Someone take a photo of Foxwell and Froling there. Plenty of opportunity with a stunned look on their faces. There's Hickey.
Good cut.
Pass to Tuach, but he's lost it. Big man bends down and grabs it for Taranaki, Harry Froling.
And unlucky there, but Tuach, a great off-the-ball cutter. Real athletic.
Here's Foxwell, driving strongly.
Smart. Charlie Pride with a foul there already, so he can be aggressive.
And what about that offensive rebound from Jack Andrew?
And there it is. That's what Taranaki is great at. They're pounding everyone on the boards right now. First and offensive rebounds, and that'll get them the lead right here, up 7. An early timeout for Coach Glidden to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, you would have probably expected the Tuatara to stop it, but there's been no sign of it.
No, you know, sometimes in these games, coming off 5 wins, you know, and they're playing with a lot of confidence and rhythm, but a little bit sleepy here. So I'm sure Coach Glidden will be giving them a little bit of a burst and just reminding them that, hey, we're in a ball game and none of this is written in stone. We've got to show up.
The good thing for Taranaki is 4 players have already scored in the game, and their best scorer, Carlin Davison, hasn't got any points yet. Now, look at Vidanovic there. Fired up. Good to see.
Yeah, Tommy V will let them know what time it is. And I'm sure they'll acknowledge from that first one that they were asleep, just giving up a dunk off the tip, which is like a cardinal sin in basketball. So just time to tighten up, fellas.
And likewise, a chance here for Taranaki to make some adjustments as well.
Great to see Dom Kalman-Poto there suited up. Not sure if we'll see the court, but just to see him back out suited up. Great to see from the young fella.
Well, he must be okay because he was actually listed on the Rapid League bench as well. So I reckon we're going to see him for the first time since the last time they played the Tuatara back on March the 23rd.
And if there was a game to have a little bit of size out there to bump around, this would be it. You know, Tuatara got some big bodies as well.
So Jack Andrew can't nail the three-point play from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. So 10-1. Here comes Hickey. Hickey. Oh, would have expected him to make that. Now Fox will love the pace. He's bringing the ball down court there to Davison. Froling for 3. Tipped back by
Foxwell.
Foxwell indeed, but here come the Tuatara through Hickey again. Tuach. Back to Pride.
And he's found his form lately, Charlie Pride, from the 3. That one went short, but he's been shooting it great the last couple games, so they'll live.
He's up to 13 points per game this season now. Is Davison. Clever little pass back to Froling. Davison's just going to try and bury the triple.
Good tip out by Jack Andrew there.
Second tip back.
And there's those low boards again from Taranaki.
And he's low with the rebound this time.
Great rebound by Rob there, steadying the ship and getting a position for Tuatara.
The Tuatara need a field goal. They haven't got one yet. In almost 3 minutes for Vidanovic. And it will remain icy cold to Tuatara.
A little bit clunky here these first 3 minutes, just finding themselves early on, and Taranaki come out and smacking them in the mouth.
I feel like Taranaki got to take advantage here as there's a steal from Pride. He's been very good in that statistical category. Early ball into low. Now Tuach finally with the 3.
And sometimes that's the best way to do it. Glenn struggling a little bit down at the offensive end will turn our defense into offense, and that semi-trans turned into a 3 there for Tuach.
Andrew. Now Fletcher. Here's Froling. Hickey with the rebound. And here he is looking to increase that pace again. Oh, communication breakdown there for Pride, who expected Hickey to go all the way there.
You can see Hickey talking to him. He thought that Charlie was going to spot up for the corner 3, but he cut the corner, so they look like they're figuring that one out there on the fly. I like that, though, by the point guard there. You have that conversation and then kind of acknowledge it and move on. All the best point guards take responsibility, Glenn, even when it ain't their fault. No lie. They don't be pointing no fingers.
You're speaking about yourself there, aren't you? I can tell.
No, you just wait for the tape session and then it will tell the truth.
It's Fletcher. Fletcher for 3. Can't nail it. Nicely tipped back by Bailey. You've got a good bump from Vidanovic. And there's Fletcher.
20-25, man. That's only time you'll see 3 threes missed in a row, and the 4th one goes up and knocks him in. Armin Fletcher, great start to the season.
Oh, love that little play from Tuach. He's got 5 points.
And that's him just crafty out of the broken play. Just gets in there and keeps them within touching distance. Tuach.
Foxwell working off Andrew. Tipped back by Andrew, who's having a big influence on the offensive end, isn't he? Nate Davidson now gives it back to Jack Andrew.
Like to see Davidson put that one on the ring with the small guard there, and he's also got a foul.
Lowe, all the way. That's a counter from Rob Lowe.
Great take by Rob Lowe there. Just got Quinton Bailey on his hips slightly and kind of running baby hook. He'll be rewarded with a and one free throw here to cut the lead. It's a tough finish when you're 7-footer on the run.
So Rob Lowe, yeah, getting the discussion there. Tuatara and also Cam Glidden, and there's Lowe rolling in the three-point play. So that lead is now cut, and here come the Tuatara. 9-point lead, back to 4. Davison hasn't scored yet, Carlin Davison.
You can see there they're going under him on those screens and baiting him into taking that perimeter shot. So good at the ring, Carlin. So smart from the Tuatara.
Here's Pride.
Same as Foxwell did there, but that was not smart because Charlie Pride's been shooting the lights out, and he gets punished with the 3 there and cuts the lead to 1 for Mountaineers.
Wow, this game feels like it's completely flipped now as Bailey gives it back to Fletcher. Now Foxwell has got Andrew right there, didn't use him on that occasion. As trying to get the foul out of Rob Lowe, and he succeeded.
And again, you see there Foxwell, a small guard, but did a great job of getting to 2 feet, gave him the ability to counter. Little shot fake, got Rob in the air, and he'll get a free throw here. And big one when you get someone like Rob early fouls as well. So big play by Foxwell.
He's got good basketball IQ, hasn't he, Foxwell?
He does. I mean, when you're that size, I'd hope you have good basketball IQ. Respectfully, you know, you got to use your mind. You're not just running around jumping over people and things of that nature. He's a lefty as well, so plays with slightly different angles, as you can see, and really nice shots. So beautiful player to watch.
He's got something silky smooth about him as he gets his 2 free throws to fall from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. He's 4 from 4. Now, Foxwell, Hickey, giving it over to Wilkie.
What Taranaki have done. It's subtle, but just putting Carlin out there defensively on Hickey, it's had an impact. You know, he hasn't been tearing through them as he had to start these other games.
Wilkie with his first 3, and it's back to a tight ball game. Lovely pass from Telfer. Can't bank it in, Froling. Nicely gathered by Foxwell.
Yeah, just an awkward one there, and Foxwell gets rewarded for his staying engaged and dropping in as our guards do.
Ooh, it's Wilkie, he's hot already.
I'm just seeing Foxwell just got WrestleMania'd out the sideline on that one. They called that foul in Rapid League, but not there on Dave O'Hickey, and sometimes that's what happens when you're a superstar. You get away with that. It's all good.
Well, what about Wilkie? 2 threes on the trot there, and now Cam Glidden. He'll be stoked, won't he? I mean, that team is under pressure early, and what you want from a coach in any sport is to see a response when your team is under pressure, your players are under pressure, and he's got a good one there.
Absolutely, and Wilkie obviously coming in and responding straight away in regards to that, but big picture, you know, Cam's smart, and he's been around a long time, and he knew that reinforcements were on the way, and really good reinforcements, and Rob Lowe and Dave O'Hickey, and they managed to hang in there. In the last 5 games, they've been rolling.
Now, another dimension is coming to the league soon, too, with the addition of some players from Japan. Their season's coming to an end, and Dan Fortu's coming to the Tuatara. That's going to be a fascinating addition to their team, isn't it?
It is just another piece, and I think he's a really great complementary piece in regards to, similar to Tuat, somebody that can really affect the game without having to carry the ball and be a heavy usage player. So a luxury of riches. Sorry to sound like a broken record for this team, but, you know, just another guy that Dave O'Hickey's going to be able to come off and find spotting up for 3, and opening up driving lanes for him is going to be a problem for people.
They're going to welcome back him very soon, and Sam Timmins very soon back into the Sharks. Callum McRae's coming, of course.
Sam Timmins could really help the Sharks. I did their game the other day, and they tough. They beat the brakes off the Bulls the other night, which I was not expecting at home as well for the Bulls.
I don't think many people were. Here's Froling. Can't get the roll off the rim, but it's been picked up by Bailey. Now Telfer can't nail the triple, and Dave O'Hickey has got the ball. Now what's happened here? If anything, it looked like Vidanovic felt Hickey.
Yeah, and I mean, for Tommy V, that ain't nothing. You know, that was just a little like...
He got more contact on his teammate here, Lindsay.
It's interesting, no lie, and respectfully, sometimes for guys like Tommy V, like the referees almost make little altercations bigger than they need to be. For Tommy V, that was just like a leave me alone.
What do you think they're discussing here, though? Let's have a look here.
Oh, double foul, but I mean, I guess I'm pretty old school. Used to be a lot more for a double foul back in the day.
Now Tommy V over chatting to Ryan Jones about all of that. Just getting a bit of clarification.
And veteran referee Ryan, so he's been around the traps for a long time. I'm sure he's got a great explanation. And Dave O'Hickey yet to score. We're 6 minutes into this game.
Yeah, Carlin Davison also yet to score in this game too, as we see Hickey still remaining scoreless.
Cancelling each other out. I like what they're doing, though. They're doing their best to take away that smile, the paint.
Here's Davison kicking it back to Froling. And now here's Foxwell. Davison. Nice ball rotation by the Airs as Foxwell buries the triple.
Great footwork by Foxwell there, just in that little step back.
He's on 9 already.
Yeah, looking really confident these last couple games.
Tuach is another looking confident. And there's Calvin Porto on the court. Right. Nice to have him back. He's been struggling with that leg injury. Ooh, and there is Calvin Porto smashing
He said,
Dave
welcome
O'Hickey.
back. Yeah. And again, seen Tommy V at the end of the last game. The Hawks, he laid somebody down on a legal screen on the sideline. So
that's no surprise. He's a big, solid player.
Solid, yeah. Tough one there. Tommy V almost gave him a little push, like you do as a big, to drop back, and Dom just took that momentum into the screen, and Dave O'Hickey got nailed. I'm not going to lie, though. If I'm Taranaki, I like that. Do it more.
Yeah, Hickey's
You got to wear him down. You got to wear him down. Otherwise, he's going to.
He's only put up 2 shots, though, Hickey, so far. Here's Wilkie. He's hot. Oh, and he just passes it to Calvin Porto. But
both teams in the bonus for the last 3 minutes, so it'll be free throws. Long time to play with the bonus.
Just trying to see who that foul went on. I think it might have gone on Foxwell. So Wilkie, who's made quite an impact off the bench, those 2 threes, being a major factor in this Tuatara performance, cutting that 9-point lead.
He's been a microwave for them this season, Wilkie. He's come in very limited minutes. He's caught and shoot that thing and knocked it down, and he's shooting great from the perimeter.
He's averaging 7 points per game, and he's only averaging 14 minutes per game. And he's already on 8 in this first quarter.
And he'll be rewarded with a sub.
But here comes McIntosh.
We got to get them through. You know, we'll save them, but great minutes from Dylan Wilkie. And the veteran Chris McIntosh checking in. He'll pick up Foxwell and try and wear him down a little bit.
And McIntosh comes in for just his 3rd appearance this season.
Foxwell 9 of 4 rebounds already.
Yeah, man, and he's 4 from 4 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe in the game. Had a very tidy first quarter for Taranaki. Now McIntosh is marking Foxwell.
Okay,
and here's Calvin Porto. Can't nail it, and there's McIntosh getting the rebound.
Normally they kind of have that reverse and pop Harry out for that catch and shoot 3, but Dom got the opportunity there.
Hickey gets it from Vidanovic, and now Hickey left alone for 3, and there's his first points of the game.
I don't mind that, you know. Carlin's letting him go to his left and shoot that 3. The only thing we can do is probably get a slightly more of a contest, but I'll live with that if I'm Taranaki.
Auckland Tuatara now lead by 3.
Same play here.
Fletcher.
Corner, nice.
Here's Foxwell for 3, and he buries it too.
Beautiful basketball. Just got the dominoes falling. One more. Foxwell with 12 now.
12 points. This has been a pretty decent quarter from both teams. As Hickey short with that one. Foxwell with the rebound. And look at the pace on Owen Foxwell. He's got a vapor trail coming off him. Here comes Hickey. Nice stop from Dave O'Hickey.
Push.
McIntosh for 3. Oh, yes.
And just like in the Rapid League, that thing didn't even touch the rim. Bottoms for Chris McIntosh.
There's Foxwell again. Froling looking to get a screen. Get one this time, Foxwell, as Davison.
Like this by Carlin. I'd like to see him get his feet in the paint
Nice
and get
pass.
aggressive. Facilitating great, but time to get aggressive. Great finish by Dom.
That's where that's his strength.
Super. Undersized 4, but really good in the post. Great footwork, great hands.
Hickey. Nice finish from Hickey, and Davison concedes the foul.
Goaltending, I believe.
Ooh, okay.
There you go. As soon as he gets to that right hand and he gets down by that smile, he's going to be a problem. And 5 points on the board, just like that for Hickey.
Yeah, at some stage here in this game, he's going to go on a run. There's no doubt about it.
There's no doubt about
In fact,
it.
I'll probably just put the curse on him, Lindsay. He probably won't.
No. The first 5 games of the season would say otherwise. He's averaging a 30-point triple-double.
What about that from Froling?
And I like that. He's missed a couple, but he's shooting that thing with confidence. Such a skilled finesse big. Great to see him back out there.
Oh, this is really heating up now. Tuatara this time. What a high-scoring quarter.
And then again, another one, Tuatara has done great. Limited touches with such a star-studded group, but super effective.
Auckland Tuatara shooting the ball at about 50%.
Oh, good body by Tom. Couple of strong boys down there bumping Glenn.
31-30, Lindsay.
Good left by Dom on the finish.
Very high-scoring quarter. It's 12 seconds left now.
Early in the clock.
Hickey. Froling with the rebound, and Barrow, I think, is going to pick up the loose ball foul there.
Yeah, an interesting one there, Glenn. I don't think there was shot clock pressure, and Hickey opted to take the early 3, and on the rebound they'll get called for a foul and be punished. So not only will Taranaki get to cut into the score, I guess the one positive is they'll have 6.9 to play with here, the Tuatara.
Harry Froling at the line. He's been going at 68% from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. So not a stronger statistical category.
5-2 right now for Harry, so solid first quarter.
This is the second as well. So,
I like that by Dom.
Here. Oh, gee,
I
Barrow.
like
I don't know what
that by
happened.
Dom.
I don't know what happened there with Barrow. Why he was looking back to Hickey with only 5 seconds on the clock.
Well, in that scenario, generally your lead guard is going to get the ball and play with it, and I think that's what Nick was trying to do, but Dom just blew it up.
Here goes Foxwell. Oh, yes! Foxwell ices an outstanding quarter. 15 points, 5 rebounds in the first quarter for Owen Foxwell as the Ears take a 2-point lead. It's 33-31. Well, what a fascinating first quarter here with the Taranaki Airs with that buzzer beater taking a 2-point lead, 33-31 at the quarter. Taranaki shooting the ball at 46%, the Tuatara 52%. Some very pleasant stats there. And speaking of pleasant, what about that pizza, Lindsay?
Looks really pleasant for Easter. Being rained in, order out.
Yeah, 100%.
Hopefully my girl's watching. Surely she is if I'm commentating, Glenn.
You can just text, of course. You can just text, mate, you know. Get the deal going early as Vodanovic reckons he was fouled beyond the arc there.
No one Foxwell, 15, 5 and 2 in the first quarter, really taking on this challenge as we spoke about. David Hickey come in, lighting the league up and point guard matchup.
Yes,
he swung
indeed.
the first punch here. 3 from Armand Fletcher.
Wow,
Big hit to start the second. Stretch this lead to 5.
That's 6 from 12 for the quarter.
Both teams shooting
For the
lights
game.
out.
Look at that, 7 from 13 for the Tuatara.
Here's Harry Froling jumping to block a 3. Receives a layup for his troubles.
Here's Davison.
5 assists in the first quarter, Carlin. Really impressive for a forward.
What about Foxwell? Oh, here's
Good
a heat check.
rebound. Oh, what? That was great pass off the rebound.
Froling can't nail the 3, but Hickey's got it.
Man, great rebound by Hickey as well. That's a point guard.
Yeah, well, he's going crazy on the boards in the season so far. He's going all the way, but he can't nail it. Now, in previous games, he would have got that one.
Sure, and you could just see there he was way more comfortable than the first couple positions with Carlin marking and playing downhill there. So it'd be interesting to see how Taranaki adjusts. Oh, Harry likes this match up down low.
Let's see here.
Good find.
Here's Davison. Have to get a basket. Still can't
Good
get one.
rebound.
Oh, that was a
Man,
finish.
that's athletic. First he did an O-board, tried an assist, and then he just got his own thing back. Love to see that by Carlin in there, imposing himself on this game.
Hopefully that can continue. Tuach is hammered right there from Fletcher.
Could see Domi did a half decent show on that first slide, but that second one was just a half beat late, and he's been out for a little while now and marking one of the more athletic bodies in the league, Tuach, and he just got by him, and he'll be rewarded with a couple free throws here to cut into this lead.
Tuach has been a good contributor in this game too. He's 8 points, shooting the ball at 75% from the field. He's got that outside shot. He's got a nice drive. Been a very nice jigsaw piece puzzle here for Cam Glidden so far.
He has, in every game, just quietly goes about his business. Puts his numbers on the board.
You talk him up and he misses a free throw from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Tuach going to 70% too. Been loving this game. Hope you have been too, folks. Watching wherever you're watching the game as Tuach nails the second, and that lead is back to 4.
Wilkie here, big contributor to the 11 bench points that the Tuatara put up in the first quarter, which was massive in them.
Foxball now.
Ooh, nice reject.
Fletcher. Oh, Armand Fletcher.
That was nice. He snapped him, and Armand Fletcher, the recipient of that beautiful assist.
Tuach gets it back from Vodanovic, and Tuach almost lost the ball. Here's Vodanovic again. Oh, that's a strong move, but he hammered Foxwell. And this time there's going to be no discussion with the referee from Vodanovic.
No, a little bit
That
of a
was pretty
frustration
obvious, that
foul
one.
there, yeah, for sure. And once you know you're going to get it, you might as well follow through a little bit and let them know that it was a foul. I mean, what's the point otherwise, you know?
Exactly. So timeout is called by Cam Glidden. I like the way Taranaki have gone on a little bit of a run here. And they've got some serious offensive firepower in their team, Lindsay. They've got firepower, enough firepower in their team to worry any team in the NBL.
Absolutely. You got a boomer steering the ship right now. Carlin Davidson, one of the top prospects in the country, one of the most athletic wings. Then you've got the likes of Harry Froling, a big finesse that can shoot that thing, and he's powerful. Fletcher, who's killing for them. So yeah, really strong group, this Taranaki Mountaineers. And obviously we've spoken at length and in depth about Tuatara and how much they've got going on over there, and they've still got more to add. Shout out to the bro.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to the bro.
Is he the only Tuatara fan? Here he is there. Oh, I don't think he's a Tuatara fan.
That looks like an Easter Sasquatch.
Exactly. That Sasquatch outfit's going to be a nice mascot in a few weeks' time when he gets a little chilly.
Yeah, he must be moist in there right now. It's muggy up here anyway.
It certainly
I
is.
hope they're sorting him out with a paycheck.
7-point game it is, with Taranaki outscoring Auckland by 5 so far in this quarter, 8-3.
Here's this key matchup. Sorry,
15
Glenn.
already.
Yeah, 15. 6 and 3. Good find.
He's just coming off a 35-point game as well. Now, Andrew left alone for the 3. Oh, and he makes them pay.
And I like that, you know, and he's got a solid shot, Jack. And, you know, I understand if the scout is to let him shoot that, but I'd at least like to see him show a false hand up there. That's just too easy for anyone at this level.
Well, Andrew has got more three-pointers in than he hasn't. It doesn't take a lot in the game there. And there's Vodanovic getting in the way. What about Foxwell?
Good tip.
And Andrew.
Great hustle by Foxwell there. First to the floor, and Taranaki will be rewarded with the 2 points, and they stretch this lead to 12.
Wow, 13-3 they're outscoring the Tuatara in this quarter now. This is not the response this time Cam Burnham was looking for, and there's a foul from Scott Telfer.
Yeah, that first bump was beautiful, and just got his hands in there. Telfer a little bit frustrated, but got to love the positioning. If there's one work on, just keep them hands out, wall up.
15-3 in this quarter. This is sensational from Taranaki. Yeah, I've got to give a shout out here for Kelman Porto as well. You know, he's been a missing piece for the Taranaki team these weeks, and he's been out injured.
Absolutely, and 4-2, and again, it's not about the statistics with him, you know, just the energy and the feel that he brings to the game and his experience. It's great to see him out here on the court.
Tuarch back to the line. He's the leading scorer for Auckland. He's got 10 now with that free throw from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Concerned that Dave O'Hickey's only got 5 in the game so far, and he's only nailed 2 of his 7 shots.
I'm not concerned, you know. I'm concerned if I'm Taranaki and making sure that that's going to be that or less for the whole game. You know, you've got to stay locked in with a guy like him. 26, 27 minutes. Clock time left here, Glenn, for a guy averaging a triple-double. That's a lifetime.
Foxwell. Around Hickey he goes. Foxwell! And Hickey might have conceded the foul. There's no basket. It's not going to count.
Hopefully Foxwell's okay here. He's grabbing at that wrist. Yep. And Taranaki do a great job of running their actions and getting the ball back to Foxwell, centered, playing downhill to his left as a lefty. And could see there, almost had to add one.
He got something in there, like a splinter or something.
It looks like he stuck his right hand out there to land as a lefty, and was it a court burn or something?
Luckily,
Thug it out, my guy.
Exactly. Luckily, it's not a shooting hand. As Foxwell goes back to the Chemist Warehouse strike, remains 100%.
You know, hoopers, man. We got free throws.
Exactly.
We'll go up there with any kind of injury.
17 points for Foxwell. He's 100%, 6 from 6 from the line, 3 from 5 from the three-point line, 6 rebounds, 3 assists already. Those are lights-out numbers.
Lights out. And he's not forcing anything, still sharing the ball, as you said.
And we've still got 6:20 left in the second quarter. Hickey, that's classic. Dave O'Hickey, but he hasn't got the basket. Now, where's that foul come from? Is there an invisible 6th player out there for Taranaki?
Well, he was really worked up there, and he thought that Jack Andrew, I think, caught him on the hip low, which that can affect your shot. It's an interesting one. So I think that's what he was arguing. Let's see here. Oh, just the slightest of hands. Again, respectfully, I would say if you're not Dave O'Hickey, bro, you probably ain't getting that call.
Well, Hickey at the line now, 5 points. He's been outplayed by Foxwell at the moment.
He has, and great response by Foxwell, because I'm sure he picks up his phone all the time and has to read about these guys. And I'm not going to say that Hickey has plenty of time to make an impact on this game. 26 minutes. He is going to keep swinging the whole game.
And this is the second free throw, though, from the Chemist Warehouse stripe to Hickey. Carlin Davison.
Good cut.
Ooh, just couldn't quite find Fletcher.
50-51 there, and he's had some great assists early on in this game and this season, but probably could have held that one, Carlin, and just got through their action.
Here's Pride. Nice rebound from Froling and Davison.
Good reject.
Oh, Davison.
Good hands.
Lovely grab there from Rob Lowe. Here comes Rob Lowe.
Oh, big fella.
He's too much. Working off low. Oh, left alone, and he's not going to get it. And there's Davison with the violent tip.
Rebound by Foxwell. I love the way that as a small guard, he's sinking down and getting his hands on those boards. That'll be at least that's his 7th right now.
He's
Great
Froling.
match up there.
Yeah, nice play from Carlin Davison as Telfer can't nail the 3, and there's Rob Lowe with another rebound.
Here's where Hickey's a problem playing in trans downhill.
Tuach.
To a middle on ball here. Tommy V, sorry, with the ducking on Carlin. Beautiful play.
Oh, yes. Vidanovic letting them know about it as well. That's his first points of the game.
That was a strong drop step, and Tommy V got to take some of that frustration out there with another strong body and beautiful left hand and one. Cut into the lead here. Cut this thing to double digits. 10.
Feels like the game's got into a bit of a grind now. It's not quite as free-flowing as it was earlier. And I don't know if that's going to suit the Tuatara as they try and find a way back into this contest. 3-point play completed at the Chemist Warehouse strike by Vidanovic.
And Riley Tutor's just checked into the game, Glenn, for his first minutes.
Interesting call by Sam McKinnon. Here's Foxwell.
Local product out of New Plymouth Boys. Great find.
Froling's got that outside shot. Can't nail the triple though. And there's Lowe. I think that's 3 rebounds in a row now for Rob Lowe at that end.
Yeah, Rob Lowe, the big fella. Doing a great job on the boards. As usual, Tommy V really trying to make Carlin work down low here in the post.
Vidanovic did well to keep his balance and just get it back to Hickey. Shot clock down to 5 here for Tuach. Oh, he's lost it. Whose ball is that? Still going to be Tuatara ball, but they've only got 2 on the shot clock here.
Yeah, short clock here for Tuatara. Look for some kind of lob to the ring or a shooter coming to the corner.
McIntosh is out there now, low.
Hey.
Here's Hickey. Ooh, that was close, but not quite close enough.
Taranaki running the shaka play here.
Scoring's really slowed down now in this second quarter. Foxwell gives it over to Davison. That looks good. It is good for Carlin Davison. He's got 5.
And you caught it, Glenn. Caught that thing in rhythm and let it go with confidence. Tray ball. Tommy V with the mismatch down low.
Gonna get the ball.
Great screen on the weak side for McIntosh.
He's wide open but couldn't nail it. Froling has it.
The preference there is to always take the easy 2, but Tuatara opted for the 3. Chasing this 11-point lead. Great reject.
Foxwell looking for that foul, doesn't get one, but he still gets the 2.
That was a tough finish from the smaller guard there, absorbing the contact.
Lovely pass.
Too easy.
Hickey with an easy layup there. Love the pass though into him. That was great.
Beautiful pass, and I think that's his 8th point of the half, but those are exactly the type of ones Taranaki don't want to give up. You don't want to give him any kind of sense of self-belief because he'll turn that thing into a fire real quick.
All stolen by Rob Lowe. There's an easy jam for Rob Lowe. And timeout called by Sam McKinnon. Taranaki coach as Auckland come back into the contest. Not for the first time either.
Yeah, and got caught in 2 minds there, unfortunately, Riley Tutor, and tried to skip that thing to a flashing Harry Froling and turned it over, and big steal by Rob and dunk at the other end to cut this thing down, the lead to 9. Timeout, Mountaineers.
Let's have a look at some stats for you.
Foxwell
9,
tearing
10.
up my stat sheet over here.
Yeah, no, he hasn't. Not tearing it up. He's torn it up. I can see your stat sheets in pieces
19,
on the floor.
7 and 4.
Fletcher's got 11.
And we still got 3 minutes left in the half.
Jack Andrews got 9. Tuach is leading the scoring for Auckland with 11. Hickey up to 8 now. Starting to heat up a little bit, isn't he?
Absolutely, and Rob Lowe all over the stat sheet as well. 6, 5 and 4. So big boys turning up to play as expected.
And he's got 8 now with that jam, of course.
You're right, you're right.
Don't want to sell a guy short, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Imagine if you were playing and I said you're on 10 points and you're actually on 14.
Yeah, really hurt. Especially if my last 2 was a big dunk.
Exactly. We'll be, of course, running through the Chemist Warehouse stats for you at halftime, so in a bit more detail than what we've just gone through. 3 minutes to play in the first half. Hope you're enjoying the coverage here of the final game of round 6. Earlier today, the Saints 105, the Giants 65. It's a drubbing in favour of Wellington as Foxwell pulls up for 3. He's well off target on that occasion.
Coach McKinnon trusting Dom Kalman-Poto here, getting him back in the ball game. Some valuable minutes.
Hickey. Vidanovic. Now Tuatara for 3. Oh, yes, and it rolls. That's his second 3 of the game. He's up to 14.
Big hit there, big hit by Tuatara, and Fletcher got caught going under the screen and punished by Tuatara. He's been massive for them this half, keeping them in the loop.
Exactly, 6-point game. Kalman-Poto.
Oh, nice by Dom.
He rolls away nicely. Ooh, can't get the little floater to fall. And who's got that foul? Might be low. No, Froling. Again, Froling. Technical foul has just been handed down as well on Harry Froling.
I've got to agree with Mr. Froling here. That's a tough call, and then to get punished with a tech as well for kind of just showing some natural emotion. I don't think that was over the top. So it's pretty tough at this stage of the game. He almost looks like he didn't even know he got a tech.
Taranaki got to let it go because the call's been made.
Absolutely.
It's hard sometimes, though, man.
In his defense, generally you've said something. To get a tech, you've said something enough. So for him to be that confused probably speaks to, him rightfully being able to question it a little bit.
So here's Tuatara at the line.
Tuatara being great in regards to putting points on the board for the Tuatara. We'll get him to 15.
So he's right with Foxwell pretty much, as this lead is again cut. Taranaki had a 12-point lead earlier in this half, rather in this quarter. In fact, it was 13 at one stage earlier in the match, but back come the Tuatara.
Things have just dried up a little bit for Taranaki, and a couple turnovers there. So time to just get a good position next time down for sure. And the Airs are in the bonus here.
We've got another technical foul, have we? Carlin Davison, I think, just picked up that one. Ryan Jones has had enough.
I'm not a fan of, when this type of thing really impacts the ball game. I can't see anything that's going on the court, and again, I'm not in the building right now that really warrants the Tuatara having 3-4 free shots right now. I understand if someone gets taken out or someone is really acting out, but a little bit confusing.
Taranaki, their own worst enemies, beating themselves at the moment. This was a comfortable lead just a moment ago.
This is when you do have to show a little bit of emotional discipline, I guess.
So gets that free throw to fall from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. 2 technical fouls in a row. One on Froling and one on Davison.
Josh Ledger checking in here for the Tuatara to end the half.
Well, Froling. See if Taranaki can calm the farm here.
Great job for Tuatara cutting into this deficit late in the half.
Froling.
Oh, good attack.
Tipped in nicely by Froling.
He is a skilled big man. Soft feet and soft hands, and attacked that closeout and got into that floater. Great O-board.
Hickey getting the foul from Telfer.
And you can see there, Glenn, early in the first half, they were meeting him at the opposite free throw line and making him work for everything, and just kind of loosened up late in this half. And Davo Hickey has the chance to get into double digits here, just like that. So if I'm Taranaki, I'm really having a conversation about getting him under control, because he is really the heart and drives this team, Hickey.
Gets that first to fall from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. So, yeah, confirming those technical fouls on Froling and Davison. So Davison's on 2 fouls. Froling's on 2 fouls now. Jack Andrew is on 2.
Tuatara have only committed 2 fouls for the entire quarter, so a little bit of frustration creeping in here for the Airs. Cut this thing down to 4, the Tuatara.
Well, the Taranaki Airs have a chance to ease out again here with Foxwell and Hickey. Coming at it here up high as we get it down to Davison. Marked by McIntosh. Here he goes. Can't get the basket to fall, but the foul is conceded by
And you're right, Carlin needs to stop talking to the referees and go at the point guards that are in front of him, which I'm sure is what Fletcher's telling him right now.
You can tell he's wound up, right?
Absolutely, and you know, we all get like that in the game. Basketball is an emotional game, but we have to learn how to control those emotions and be the best version of ourselves for our team, and I'm sure Carlin will do that. Super talented young man at the line right here.
Yeah, halftime. It feels like halftime can't come quickly enough here for Davison.
Game of runs.
Second from the free throw line is good. The Carl Chemist Warehouse strike for Davison. He's on 6 points and 5 rebounds and 5 assists. Final round game from him so far. Here's Lowe. As we get close to the final minute of the first half, Hickey.
Going under, way under, even at the free throw line there, Carlin. They really want Hickey to shoot that jumper. He's done a great job defensively, Carlin, I will say that, and of sharing the ball.
Froling.
Good cut. That is what I'm talking about right there, Glenn. He played like that, and the league's gonna have a problem.
Nice little push here from Taranaki to get that lead back to 7. We've got a BNZ player timeout called there by Hickey.
That might be the most stylish player timeout I've seen called this season, Glenn. He did that one real smooth on them. Just dropped the ball and did his little signal.
45 seconds left in the first, or in this quarter. What do you think there? Isn't it? Do you think his thinking was there? As we check out that BNZ player timeout. QR code again. Scan it to get your ticket to the big game.
I don't know, to be honest with you. We've seen something similar in the Rapid League, but Davo Hickey a way better player than I ever was, so I'm not going to question it, man. I'm just going to sit back and take notes. See what they come up with.
I'll give you a pen. 58-51.
I'll take mental notes.
I don't even know
moldy, so it's an oratory thing for me, you know. High scoring half here, 58 for Taranaki.
It's actually heated up nicely with Taranaki outscoring Auckland by 25 to 20 so far.
That was not what they called the player timeout for, I'm sure, to throw a falcon to Chris McIntosh in the corner.
I messed it up. Just as Auckland were getting back into the game. Taranaki!
Like this by Foxwell. Yeah, I like that.
Back to 9 of Foxwell is on 21.
And that'll get him a 2-for-1 as well. Big play by Foxwell. Smart.
Ooh, Hickey for 3. Can't nail it. And Davison's got it. Look out.
Okay, Carlin.
Wisely. Okay. Oh, no, here he goes. Oh. Carlin, he was fooling everyone.
He hit him with the old okey doke. Just dribbled out like they were playing pickup, and everyone fell asleep. Thought he was going to play for the last position. Put him up 11.
Last play now of the half for Hickey.
Wing on ball, Ledger and Hickey.
Hickey over to Tuarch.
Good hand. Good
That's
hit.
A much needed basket there from Tuarch at the end of the quarter. So halftime has arrived. Fantastic play though by Taranaki down the stretch of that quarter as they enjoy an 8-point lead at halftime, 62 to 54. It's half-time here in Taranaki. Hope you're enjoying the game. We've certainly got a fascinating clash with Taranaki leading 62-54. They outscored the Auckland Tuatara by 2 in the first quarter and 6 in the second. Just as they threatened to come back, the Auckland Tuatara, the Taranaki team, after conceding 2 technical fouls in the same incident, they refocused and sharpened their pencil again. And what about Foxwell? 21 points in the first half.
Yeah, he's lighting up along with Tuat, but you can see there Taranaki 3 in double digits, almost 4, so great job of sharing the scoring load. Tuatara not far behind them with Wilkie and Rob Lowe on 8 and 9 respectively.
And what about the rebounds there? 6 already to 3 Taranaki players. They are cleaning up as a team too, aren't they, Lindsay?
Yeah, it's been probably the story of the game, to be honest with you. They've doubled them up on the boards, 30-16 right now, and so many extra possessions for the bigger, physically imposing Taranaki Mountaineers.
And the assists also heavily in favour of Taranaki, 14-8.
Yeah, kind of speaks to the ball movement and the way they're sharing the ball and obviously hitting right now, and doubled them up. That was like a lot of assists on the board for a FIBA game. A lot, 14.
Indeed, and I tell you, it's been Taranaki, not much talk about them lately, hasn't there been, Lindsay? You know, we've got a lot of people talking about the Saints, and we've got a lot of people talking about the Tuatara with Lowe and Hickey coming in and Fortu coming in soon. And Taranaki, though, have been hovering around mid-table, good in one game, maybe not so in another, and we're seeing the best of them in this game, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess what you're alluding to there is, and what the good teams have, is consistency, being consistent. And Taranaki have been a little bit up and down early in the season, coming off a really close, tough loss. But they've shown here in the first half that they can play with anybody in this league and be competitive, if not win.
Exactly. Well, we'll see if they can get that consistency in the second half. Can they go on with it and stop the Tuatara winning their 6th straight game? Stay with us on Sky Sport. 62-54. It's Taranaki with an 8-point lead over the Auckland Tuatara. If I was a Tuatara fan, I wouldn't quite count your team out just yet. There is certainly the firepower in that squad to come back. And even though Dave O'Hickey has got 10 points and 5 assists, I feel like he's had a very quiet game so far. And is he ready to explode in the second half? Tuatara, well, maybe there's some people thinking exactly that, because they are leading the mixandpick.com poll. It's quite interesting, isn't it, to see an 8-point deficit and the team still being back like that.
Yeah, hottest team in the league though, Glenn, so I guess the punters are taking that into account, and both teams are shooting the lights out tonight. You can see by the score 62-54, so we're in line for a really big second half here.
I wouldn't, if I was Cam Glennon too, I wouldn't be too bothered by being down by 8. I mean, this is what you want. You want to challenge your team to see how they respond. Now, these games, we've got a 3-day break coming up, but boy, we've got another holiday weekend next weekend, of course, with Anzac Day on Friday. But before then, the Jets host the Fi. Loved watching the Fi. They're a tough team to beat. Can they go down to Palmy and beat the Jets and Corey Webster? We've got 2 games coming up on Anzac Day. The Hawks host the Bulls. The Hawks beat the Bulls in Pukekohe. Can they do the double at home in Napier on Friday afternoon? And then we've got the Sharks. Can they continue their little resurgence under coach Jonathan Yim? And what about the Giants? They were smashed by 40 today. What sort of response are we going to get from them in that game in Invercargill? And then on Saturday, it's a quick turnaround there for the Jets against the Panthers, who are still battling away at the bottom of the table, although they have 3 more Indian internationals who've now joined that team. So it's going to be interesting to see what impact they will be able to have in the Panthers from here.
Yeah, can't get here quick enough for the Panthers, and they'll have to go down to Palmy, who started off basically their whole first month of the season on the road and have the luxury of getting some home games now.
They do, and Corey Webster, we all know what happens when he gets hot, man. You've played, you know Corey well.
Corey,
and,
good friend of mine. And
when he gets in the mood,
he's always in the mood when it comes to getting buckets. Absolutely, and also love his backcourt partner there, Dante Russo-Nance.
Yeah,
you know,
he's a good player.
Love his game, and those two together, a lot of fun to watch, along with obviously all the guards that we got playing in this game right here that we're about to lock into. That guy on the screen, Mr. Dave O'Hickey's been tearing the league apart, but Owen Foxwell came out and said, I'm right here, man, 21-6, let's go.
I love the fact, too, that those 2 guys have been on court the whole half, too, Lindsay, both of them.
For sure, both of them 20 minutes, and you would expect at this stage of their career and their youth and their exuberance that they'll easily be able to play 40 minutes. I used to hate getting subbed out of the game.
Now, one little thing we're going to keep a little eye on here is the personal foul count. It's 12 at the moment for the Years and only 8 for the Tuatara. And Davison, Froling and Andrew are all on 2 fouls. Early foul here in the third quarter might be interesting for Sam McKinnon.
I have to go to that bench. Dom Kalman-Poto giving them some real valuable minutes in this first half, and his first game back since, like you said, the last time they played the Tuatara.
So second half underway here between Taranaki and Auckland Tuatara here on Sky Sport. Hope you're enjoying the action as Harry Froling goes to work immediately on Vodanovic, gives it to Fletcher. Fletcher can't nail the jumper, and there's Pride, who's back out there now. Giving that board.
It was subtle there, but you could see on the first play, Dave O'Hickey really shading and not letting Foxwell get to that left hand where he's been really effective. Tuach.
Over the lows, he's going to post up on Andrew. Had a very good first half. Oh, he squeezed between those defenders. Vodanovic for 3. Davison with a lovely little tip there to Foxwell.
Great push by, that is too easy.
It is.
Must have been a miscommunication there. Tommy Lee and Tuach kind of looking at each other. And
there was a gimme 2 points there for Foxwell. Here's Vodanovic now to Charlie Pride, who lights it up from way outside.
And that is a big hit by Charlie Pride. And you can see he took the air out of Foxwell's lungs on that one.
6 points for Pride.
Limited minutes in the first with foul trouble, first half.
Yeah, just 8.5 played as we see Davison hit the brakes. Now Foxwell with 7 on the shot clock. Foxwell for 3. Oh, it's away. Now Hickey.
think that's a perfect time for Carlin to duck in and try and post up Davo Hickey in those type of scenarios.
Bogdanovic, we know he's got an outside shot, and he proves it again.
Tommy V getting hot here to start this third. Big hit for the Tuatara. Cut this thing to 4.
Well, back-to-back threes for the Tuatara from Pride and Bogdanovic. They're 10 from 23 from beyond the arc, as we see Fletcher give it to Froling. Just gathers it in time against Bogdanovic. Oh, yeah, love the little hook shot.
Beautiful right running hook, and great battle by Tommy V, but wins there. Froling,
it was like
too skilled.
That was like Kareem back in the day. Here's Lowe. Good rebound by Pride. Lowe gives it back to Hickey. He's got 2 screens there. Shoot the ball, Davo. To Arch. He's going to go off the screen. Bogdanovic with the tip.
Great tip out here, and boards keeping Tuatara in it early in the third.
There's a foul there on Jack Andrews. So there is the early foul on one of those players that was on 2 fouls.
You're right, and those 2 boards there, big, you know, extra possessions, and Jack Andrew leading the league in blocks, but he'll get his 3rd foul here, and that's early in the third. They'll have to deal with that. So big play for the Tuatara.
You can see over the back there, we see Foxwell and McKinnon having a little corridor, trying to figure out what's happening and what strategy they should play from here. To Arch now to the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
It'll be interesting to see if they put a little bit of zone in here defensively to try and save that foul situation. Problem is, when you're dealing with the Tuatara, got a lot of threats from the perimeter, so you don't want to give that up.
Well, Andrew's staying out there, so there's an interesting call. As we see Foxwell pushing it again. Yeah, here's
really
Andrew
controlling the pace.
Oh, Fletcher can't handle it. Here's Hickey for the Tuatara. Lovely ball to 2 Arch, and the pass to Bogdanovic was a gem as well.
Oh, that was an and one. I'm not going to lie, I was as stunned as Taranaki with that one.
Love. Yeah, Bogdanovic couldn't have poked his chest out more there. Sweet as from Tommy V.
Dom Kalampoto checking in here. That was a ghost call, I'm sorry.
Froling now on 3 fouls.
That was not a foul.
Well, Andrew gave up that real soft foul in the first half too. Remember that one?
Yeah, and both of them boys are gone to sit down now. Quinton Bailey and Dom Kalampoto checking in, so massive to start the third here. The 2 starting bigs have to go sit down with a couple of chippies. Taranaki up 3. Tommy V at the line.
And that's a boost for the Tuatara. So far this quarter, in the first 2.5 minutes, has played out pretty well for the Tuatara.
Beautiful, considering the way that the half ended. You know, Taranaki going in with a lot of momentum, and Tuatara have come out and stomped on that real early. That'll be 2 there. Carlin Davidson, he did it. He did a great thing in trying to tip that thing out. Unfortunately, it ran back in, and they'll be punished there. Taranaki, tough.
Imagine if the Tuatara win by 1 point.
Great find.
Foxwell. That's Calvin Portal for 3. Can't nail it. And Bailey's got the ball. Now Foxwell. Marked closely by Hickey, but Foxwell is short this time, and Pride has it. And here come the Tuatara again.
Momentum all with Tuatara right now.
11-4. They're outscoring the Taranaki Airs.
Good hustle.
Hickey thought he was fouled there, but there was no call by the official, as we see Fletcher end that scoring run with a nice layup there.
Love the way they just moved the ball there with very little dribble, and Armon Fletcher rewarded for getting out running the lanes with an easy lay. Put Taranaki up 1.
He's on 13 points now. He's the 2nd top scorer in the Airs lineup, with Foxwell on 23. I just love the momentum shifts in this game.
Yeah, a lot of lead changes, and like you said, momentum shifts. Been a fun game.
Taranaki's gonna. They might have to take the scenic route to victory now with those 2 players, Froling, their 2 bigs, Froling and Andrew, on the bench on 3 fouls.
You're definitely going to have to buy at least a good 2-3 minutes here for one of them to get them through.
Another challenge, and I'm sure Sam McKinnon is already thinking about it, is when am I going to roll the dice and put one of them back on?
I would say that will have a lot to do with the score line right here, Glenn.
Well, they've got down. He's got Dom Coleman Portal back in his roster, which might just encourage him to throw and roll the dice a little bit earlier than maybe
Absolutely. I mean, if you got someone that you trust there, you know, and they're doing well, they got no problem leaving them out there. If we start getting ourselves in a hole or playing out of sorts, then I'm getting somebody back in real quick. Preferably the guy that I think isn't going to foul quickly.
It's hard to pick though, because both have picked up pretty soft fouls on occasions. Now,
Man, Froling didn't even touch nobody on that last one.
Here's Low. Now he's triple teamed. Ooh, lucky to keep possession there, Low, with 6 on the shot clock.
Baseline out of bounds here, short clock for the Tuatara, 6 on the clock.
Here's Pride. Marked tightly by Foxwell. Pride's lost it. Oh, it is going to be Tuatara ball. I did wonder whether Foxwell should have grabbed it.
They'll have 1 on the clock here, Tuatara. Late second play from the deep corner to get a shot off.
Tuatara. Tuach.
Taranaki here, I'm looking to switch everything. Oh, nice play.
Oh, is that going to be a counter or is it not?
Man, that's that's tough with what we've got over here, but beautiful little play, and be interesting to see when they started the clock there, if it was on the catch or if it was on the pass.
Should always be on the catch, right?
Aye, absolutely.
Here's Foxwell. Here's Davison now. 10 points for Davison. Hooks it away, and that's turned over, and here comes Davo Hickey. Oh,
Good
smashing
D.
time! Foxwell.
I love that by Dom Poto. Big fella getting back and sliding his feet, and Foxwell didn't die on the play, ran through the ball. Tommy V is confused. Timeout.
What about Foxwell? Racing back there. This battle between he and Hickey is a gem.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what you ask of your guards. To never die on the play, to sprint through the basketball, and he did that, and Dom bought him time by getting his body in front, so great job by Taranaki.
Now let's run through some stats for you. The score 68-65 to Taranaki. Foxwell on 23, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Fletcher's got 13 and 5 rebounds. And the only other player in double figures for Taranaki is Carlin Davison with 10. Froling and Andrew both have 9 each, but they're both on the bench at the moment on 3 fouls. Cam Glidden will be delighted that Tuacha's got 19 points. We're still waiting to see the best of Davo Hickey, though, aren't we, with 10 points? He still hasn't added to his halftime score.
Still feeling his way into the game, but they've done a great job here. They've bridged the gap in regards to rebounding right now, up to 22, and all the way bounced up to 12 assists for the Tuatara. So you can see statistically they're moving the ball a lot better than they were early in the game.
Still 6:02 to play. It's been a high-scoring encounter. And we're still only in the 3rd quarter, remember, folks. Hickey to inbound it, and now here's Vodanovic. Off target with the 3, and there's Foxwell with another rebound. That's his 8th. 8th rebound for Owen Foxwell. He's the shortest bloke out there. But sometimes the shortest guys get themselves into the right position.
He's got great positioning on his defense and his rebounding. He sinks in low, gets below that free throw line.
Well, that worked out okay, even though the shot was an air ball from Davison, as Bailey tidied up.
Yeah, and poor old Charlie Pride there kind of got surprised and got caught with his hands in the cookie jar. Quinton Bailey, easy lay. Free throw for the and 1, potentially put them up 6.
Bailey can come round to my house and I'll give him a broom because he tidies up real good. That's his first 2 points of the game too for Quinton Bailey. In fact, that's his 2nd basket of the game, the 3-point play completed from the Chemist Warehouse stripe, just to get Taranaki back out to his 6-point advantage.
Just throw that jab again and keep them off the body, keep them at bay, as they have done most of the game here.
Poor pass from Vodanovic, but it's still going to be Tuatara ball, much to the displeasure of Fletcher.
And I like that by Dom Poto there. Just, you know, we're getting a little bit caught up in emotions. This has bit us before earlier in the game. Let's just stay locked in on what's in front of us. Veteran play there.
Yeah, I totally agree. No, it's just you actually took the words right out of my mouth there, mate.
I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. No apologies needed as Hickey lays in 2, gets his first 2 points in the second half.
That was tough. You know, we'll live with that as well. Similar to that earlier 3 that I was talking about. Got to his left with a contested finish.
Bailey loses possession. Tuatara ball. The Tuatara still, their biggest lead has only been 3 points in this game. They have been basically chasing the game the whole game.
Back and forth affair the whole game, and you're right. It's always different when you're chasing from behind.
Does it wear you out more?
In some instances it does, you know, when you're chasing. And sometimes it enables you to get more energy as well. So we'll see how this plays out for these boys.
Hickey, that's a beautiful finish there. Sucked in Davison beautifully.
And that's too easy for him. Real crafty. He's playing off that 1 foot still.
Here come the Tuatara again, and here comes Foxwell again. See you later.
Rob Lowe just too big and long down there for
Exactly.
small PG. Just threw that thing down the baseline.
And he knows it too, Foxwell.
Yeah, Hickey's having a little cordial with him. So don't bring that in here, man.
Exactly, man. Do that again, and you're going to get the
He said,
same
"I'm coming
result."
right back.
Oh, and he almost came right back, which would have been pretty sweet as Fletcher tries to nail the triple, and Hickey.
Another board.
And Foxwell.
The reach in, and that'll be the 3rd of the quarter for the Airs.
That's Foxwell's 2nd personal.
Visibly see some of the frustration on the Taranaki players right now. Important they control that in such a close affair with what they've got going on in the season at home. Big game for them here.
They will not want this opportunity to slip. But
I like this play that they're running here. They kind of set a screen on the post man, Tuatara.
Low. Oh, too good there on Davison. He looks like he might have got a poke in the eye there. And what's happened to Lowe? He's gone down an ankle there, his right ankle.
Pretty solid, unfortunately. And Carlin took a shot to the face, but Rob looks like he's in some serious pain down here with his right ankle, unfortunately. Cam will come and check on him. My preference would be if a medical staff got out there to check on him.
He just landed awkwardly.
He jammed it?
Yeah, it didn't look like he got caught in anything. Didn't like Davison, not responsible. He just landed weirdly on it.
Yeah. Again, hopefully he's okay. You know, fingers crossed, because Rob Lowe, outstanding player in our league, but even better person. So I hope that he's healthy. That's all that we hope for anybody when they step out there, that everyone can go home in one piece. He looked like he's headed straight to the back here for some treatment. But he's walking out, which is great to see.
Yep. 13 points and 7 rebounds for Rob Lowe.
As usual, great battle by Rob.
You know Rob Lowe, and it's hard to, maybe it's not fair to ask you this question. What's your gut feeling? Are we going to see him back?
I mean, Rob's a tough guy, you know, and he's been around a long time, and he's definitely team first. So I'm pretty sure if he can go, he can go, but he's smart as well. If he's done something that's serious, I'm sure he'll shut that thing down for the day.
And if he is out, Lindsay, what does Camden do now?
I mean, you've got Dave O'Hickey there, who's probably the MVP of the league. You've got all these other guys that have been playing so well for you as well, but I think we'll be looking at Nick Barrow coming in right here to play that big spot for them. He's probably had the most runs on the board in regards to being a veteran in this league.
I guess the one advantage maybe for the Tuatara with Lowe out of the game is the fact that Andrew and Froling are in a little bit of foul trouble, so that may just soften that Lowe injury just a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely, for this stage of the game, you know. And then you've also got guys like Tommy V over there who have been playing their part, you know, and sharing the ball around, that can always get a little bit more aggressive. You know, they're world-class players and put numbers on the board themselves, so we'll look for that. I'm sure Tommy will get more aggressive down the stretch here as well.
So all we might do is just keep an eye as the play comes down to this end of the court. Just keep an eye on the locker room out the back there to see if Lowe does re-emerge at some stage.
Yeah, I got you. Turn that point guard vision back on.
Exactly. Peripheral vision can be a big advantage sometimes in all sorts of situations.
It is the massive advantage in basketball. The dudes that play with the horse blinkers on are a problem.
That's a lovely finish from Davison. Those are his first points of the second half. He's on 12.
Hey, and straight away, Glenn, you know, with Rob out and no rim protection, they go straight at Nick Barrow, and Carlin Davidson gets an easy right-hand layup.
Wilkie is out there too now for the Tuatara. Here's Hickey for
Way
3.
under him.
Oh, yes, Davo Hickey up to 17. He gets the second 3 of the game.
And that's what he's got to do. You know, if teams are going to go under you, and I saw the Hawks doing it, you got to punish them with that 3. Advantage, Davo Hickey.
Foul there by Barrow.
And Dom with the cheeky smile. A lot of contact on that, and I'd like to see them let that one play, but Ryan made the call. Dom will get, Nick will get called for the personal foul there. That'll be the first or second of the quarter, I'm sorry, for the Tuatara. Not a lot of fouls for them in this game. Punch screen there by Dom Poto allows Foxwell to get downhill, and he misses one at the cup, an easy one.
Barrow picks up the rebound for the Tuatara. Yeah, that foul count could be quite interesting down the stretch of this game. A little reach in there by Fletcher, maybe? No, it's gone on Kelman Portal. Another 25.
That'll be the 4th of the quarter for the Airs. That'll mean they'll play the last almost 4 minutes or 3:20 here in the bonus.
Well, good news for Taranaki is Kelman Portal's not in foul trouble. That's his first personal. And they might need him down the stretch.
Oh, he's been great for them. He's been great for Coach McKinnon and buying some minutes, especially for these bigs who play heavy load for them. So, again, great to see him back out there. Dom, veteran in this league now.
Still no sign of Rob Lowe emerging from the locker room, by the way.
Oh, you're right. They
not
might
a
be
good
back there
sign.
strapping that thing up.
Here's Hickey to inbound it. Barrow. Back to Hickey. Well, they're letting him alone now, and he's making them pay. He's up to 20.
That was a straight miscommunication there. Both players went with the big, and Davo Hickey.
Biggest lead of the game for the Tuatara. It's
Just
4
like that.
points. Now Davison looking to respond, and he does.
Big hit by Davison there to stop the bleeding. Cut this thing to 1 for Taranaki. And you can see here Jack Andrew ready to check back into the game, Glenn.
It's going to be interesting. Oh, there's a little reach in right there by Zach Bailey.
Yeah, that's not a smart foul at this stage of the game. You should know that you're in the bonus. You just had a big hit down that end. You got to keep your hands out. And even more so, if you're Bailey and Jack Andrew standing over there waiting to check in, I'm not fouling. Armon Fletcher will go and take a break as well, and Taufa will get some minutes here, and big minutes here in the 3rd. Dylan Wilkie back at the line.
He's been excellent off the bench, hasn't
Yeah, can get to double digits here on the road. Very limited minutes. Bit of a luxury when you got a microwave over there. Air cooker maybe.
Well, yeah, something with a lot of power.
There you go.
Wilkie gets
Microwaves
those.
taken.
Gets both those free throws from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Yep, bumping back out to 3 here.
Here
Good
comes
cut.
Beautiful pass to and finish from Andrew.
Like that play. Great setup. Andrew rewarded with the easy finish. Kept the ball high as well. Great fundamentals.
Here's Vidanovic.
On the burst.
Nice drive and finish.
That's too easy there. Jack Andrew just having to, you know, in the foul trouble. Normally he'd rim protect a lot better, but gave up the easy layup there.
Kelman Portal. Back to a 3-point lead is Carlin Davison. That's nice. He'll enjoy that matchup against Barrow.
He just out-athleticized him there. I don't even know if that's a word, athleticized.
But we know what you mean.
Yeah, there you go. Just got in there and jumped over the top of him. I think he gave him the too small, Glenn. I don't know if you want to pull that on Nick Barrow. He might not talk to you, but he may bump you when you cut across the lane next time.
Let's see. With Vidanovic in possession. Hickey.
Carlin back matched up here with Davo. Got the switch here with Don Poto.
Nice inside ball to Vidanovic.
He moved his feet.
And there's a foul there on Davison. Foul number 3 for Carlin. So all the 3 bigs for Taranaki are now on 3 fouls.
Yeah, and just like a mind reader, Glitter, you were saying it at halftime, we need to keep an eye on these fouls, and straight away their 2 bigs had to go sit down, and now, please tell me someone hasn't got a tick. Now Carlin picks up his 3rd, so big foul foul trouble and discipline trouble. If that's his second
technical foul, he's a Gomberger, right? Carlin's got to cool it here, and he's getting Andrew Green.
Yeah, and these will be your learnings, you know, as a young player sometimes, you know, and I know I struggle with that a lot as a young competitor that really cared about this thing. Sometimes my emotions will get away from me, and you know, Carlin is a super talented young man, but he'll just have to learn how to deal with his emotions a little bit better in these situations, which is all something that we learn as mature and grow.
So he fouls out of the game, and crucially here, Lindsay, you know, there's still 1:49 to play in the third, and Carlin Davison is a major jigsaw piece puzzle for the Airs in their quest for winning this game.
Absolutely, and again, you know, that's on Carlin. He's got to be disciplined in that situation, and you know, I guess as a league, or if you're the referees, you're probably just being aware that one of the superstars of the league is in a scenario where if he gets another technical foul, he could get thrown out. So I'm hopeful that he said something that was, you know, that he was meant to get that technical foul. Otherwise, it's a big loss at this stage of the game for Taranaki.
Well, the Tuatara still with a lot of work to do is Fletcher. That's a nice move by Fletcher. A little finger roll at the end. Of course, Rob Lowe is still undetermined, his status, after going down on that ankle. So with no Davison and potentially no Lowe, the game is still on the line here.
Yeah, Tuatara have done a great job in this third quarter and bringing things back, and it's been massively in regards to this foul count and a little bit of discipline as well. Only 2 fouls the entire quarter for the Tuatara, and as opposed to that, Taranaki have had Tuatara living at the line the whole quarter.
So Armon Fletcher goes to the Chemist Warehouse stripe for Taranaki.
Man, Davo Hickey got 20 points already just like that.
Yeah.
That crept up on me. He got
Certainly
10 this
did.
quarter then.
Yeah.
Man,
That's it, man.
He puts numbers on the board like nothing.
Fletcher up to 14. This quarter has heavily gone the way of the Tuatara.
And now we'll really need to see the likes of Don Kamonpoto stepping in to play big minutes headed into this fourth, with Carlin Davidson being sent out with those 2 ticks.
Here is the 3 from Wilkie. He's short this time.
Oh, boards.
Hickey. This is old buddy Foxwell marking him
See
again.
him, I like this. Put him in the post. Too easy. It's too easy. I could have scored that one, man. Someone's got to come and do something. Can't just leave him down there like that.
Hickey on 22. And it's the Tuatara back to a 3-point lead.
Oh, they went under him.
Which has missed the 3.
Great drop in and rebound by Dover Hickey. That'll be his 5th.
Now a chance for the...
Great tip by Jack Andrew on them boards.
Picked up by Telfer. Nice job by Taranaki.
Really good hustle.
I was about to say that was the chance for the Tuatara to take the biggest lead of the game. And Hickey, little body contact before the shot on Foxwell.
Yeah, Davo Hickey a little bit got rejected there, a little bit ill-disciplined, but smart in giving up the foul early on the floor. They've got 1 to give here, the Tuatara, so that's a smart foul. Chris McIntosh getting some burn here to finish the third.
Yeah, it's his 3rd stint in the game now. Chris McIntosh.
Josh Ledger as well, out here on this on-ball with the switch.
Interesting decisions there by Coach Glidden, but it worked. They got the stop.
Another board for Hickey. That'll get him up to 7. 22, 7 and 7.
Not bad, eh?
Get it into the 4th triple-double watch. He averages a triple-double.
Exactly. Now we're soaking up some seconds here. Tuatara can take their biggest lead of the game if they score here. Hickey. There's a foul by Telfer. Might have been even a little reach in by Fletcher.
If you're Telfer there, I just don't understand how Hickey can have 2-3 dribbles and still get to his right. I'm just blatantly forcing him down the other side of the court right now if I'm Taranaki. If he gets to his right hand, he's either scoring or dropping an assist to somebody to get a good shot off.
Or being fouled.
Yeah, let's do something different.
And that gives the opportunity for the Tuatara now to set up the last play of the quarter.
They kind of get into these split actions where the shooters can split either way and the bigs can duck in. You see it there. Oh.
Danovic. Froling with 7 in the quarter. Foxwell. Froling for 3. Oh, he's fouled. He's fouled by Hickey.
Oh, they called the foul on Hickey getting pushed into Froling, I believe.
Oh.
And the Taranaki
And the
crowd
foul
is
went on,
losing their brains
and
right
was
now.
that foul? Who was that foul on? Was that on Telfer? Anyway, the quarter is done. We'll try and unpack that in just a moment with the Tuatara up by 3 with 1 quarter to play, 85-82. All right, it's 3-quarter time. We are not too far away from the start of the last quarter. 85-82 is the score. The Tuatara outscored Taranaki by 11 points to turn around that 8-point halftime deficit to take a 3-point advantage into the last quarter. Reminding you, we had 2 major incidents playing out in that last quarter. We had an injury to Rob Lowe, who went down on his ankle, and he has not emerged since. And Carlin Davison fouled out in that quarter, lost his, you know what I mean, had 2 technical fouls in the game and fouled out with 17 points and 8 assists and 6 rebounds. Good numbers for him as he locks down second place in the Mixon pick. Tom in the poll there, but Owen Foxwell, 23 points. Don't think he scored in that quarter, Lindsay Tate.
No, dried up a little bit, Foxwell, as you said, but great to see Rob Lowe back up and moving, but he's got that ice pack on. We won't see him for the rest of this game right here, and Carlin's gone, so 2 big pieces, as you alluded to, missing for this 4th quarter.
Well, I'm trying to think of how you might answer this. Where does that leave the game? Is it just too hard to predict?
Could go either way. Yeah, I'm not going to put it on anything. This could go either way, the way this thing's going. Definitely they need to keep their cool here in the 4th, Taranaki. You know, a lot of emotion. Things haven't gone their way with the foul count at home, as you might expect. So, got to keep things together.
Lovely follow-up there.
Great follow by Josh Ledger. Big follow on the O board.
Awesome.
Just what we need from him.
First 2 points of the game for Ledger. Flew in there and timed it to perfection. 5-point lead is the biggest lead now of the ball game for Auckland, as we see Froling working away on Vidanovic, and that's just too good.
That is beautiful. A tough D by Tommy V, but Harry Froling is a very skilled big man. Great to have him over here playing. Oh, good
stolen
hands
by Fletcher. And Fletcher, oh, he misses the layup.
Great flood there. We call that a flood. You know, Tuatara just sprinting back on D.
Tipped out of court by Andrew.
And I believe, again, that was Josh Ledger impacting that shot. Great couple of plays there. Don't necessarily show up on the score sheet, but they're winning basketball plays.
87 to 84. As McIntosh inbounds it. Here's Hickey under severe pressure by Fletcher again. And it's been lost out of court. It's Taranaki ball.
So Shippy ones and Davo Hickey communicating with his body language. Doesn't need to say a word, but just letting them feel his energy.
Oh, he's just got a little reminder from Armon Fletcher there. That man, you might think you're the bee's knees in this league, but I'm here to tell you that you've still got work to do. So we see Fox will drive strongly, and there's a foul this time.
A little bit of fatigue there by Hickey as well, or getting caught up in the last play. That's twice that Foxwell's caught him and got that left hand. And was that a tech I think we've got here?
Ooh.
Heard a whistle in the background. Yep.
Another technical foul. Who's that gone on? One of the Tuatara players.
I'll take it if we're Taranaki right now. I think that might be
Hickey, maybe?
Tommy V. I'll put my money on Tommy V. No, not to be that guy, Tommy V. You're my boy.
Worth mentioning too that Foxwell and Hickey have still played every second of this game.
I would envision it'll remain that way unless somebody gets fouled out. Cam Glidden kind of trying to figure it out over here.
We'll just confirm who that technical went on. That's I think the fourth technical foul in the game. So this is a highly charged atmosphere inside TSB Stadium for this game.
And referee point of emphasis has definitely been on, you know, making sure that we're disciplined, you know, and that we're putting a good product out there that kids and everybody can consume. And basketball is a game of emotion, so always trying to find that balance, man, because I know I don't want to turn up and see robots, but at the same time we can't be moaning at the referees the whole game.
So Fletcher nails that free throw from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Cuts that lead back to 2. I feel like every point is going to be absolutely vital.
Man, it's been cool to see a back and forth affair.
It certainly has. And we're far from done, Lindsay.
Seen some injuries, some ejections, a little bit of smack talking.
And we've seen some great play from some individuals. And here's one of them right here, Owen Foxwell.
Most importantly,
misses his first free throw from the Chemist Warehouse stripe of the game.
Here. Jack Andrew, that's all him right there. 2 tips, extra possession.
Foxwell over to Telfer, inside to Andrew. Going to post up here, surely.
No. See him be aggressive there.
Exactly. Here's Froling. He's lost it, but I think it came off Hickey, and it did.
These bigs, Davo Hickey's down here posting up every chance he gets, and these bigs are catching it on the block and being passes.
Technical fouls on Josh Ledger, by the way.
Man, young fella, huh?
So, Tommy V.
To my bad, Tommy V, bro.
You owe him a coffee.
Shout, brother. Yeah, I got you.
Rolling with the missed jumper. Here's Tuach with the rebound.
Great rebound by Tuach and push.
Hickey back to Tuach. Here's Ledger over to Pride. Oh, blocked there by Andrew.
League leader right there, Jack Andrew.
That was a great block.
Fouls.
He's
great play.
He's been averaging 3 blocks a game. It
really
might just be his first of the game.
Really enjoyed watching him play this season. He's grown a lot, young Jack Andrew.
And that's going to roll in.
Beautiful little floater runner from the free throw line there by Fletcher.
He has stepped up in the absence of Carlin Davison. Tuach.
He really has. He's been great for them this evening.
Ledger back to Pride. Here's Hickey thinking about that 3-pointer over Fletcher from the corner.
Baiting him into that shot.
It's interesting they put Fletcher now on Hickey, and there is the 3. The foul's coming from Fletcher. Now Fletcher's losing his marbles as well.
He's saying that he flopped. And again, I like that by Froling pulling him in, but Taranaki really need to get together and huddle and get something positive going. There's no point in, you know, it's over.
Hickey's going to go to the Chemist Warehouse stripe for 3 free throws. I'm going to say something that I said to you a little while ago. That goaltending from off the free throw from Carlin Davison, that extra point that the Tuatara got from that play, Lindsay.
Yeah, not ideal, you know.
Imagine it.
I've always been one that, you know, especially as someone who has taken big shots at the end of the game and missed them at times and things of that nature, of trying to keep a big picture mindset to be like, it's hard to put a win and a loss on one possession, you know?
Hickey enjoying the interaction with the crowd right there.
I like that. I like that by him. A little bit of talk. 24
points for Dave O'Hickey. He's now equal joint top scorer of the game with Foxwell. And now they are head-to-head again as Foxwell looking for space down that right lane, and he's sucked a foul out of Hickey there.
Just
nice job.
Got him out of position on the stop, and smart little play to jump through. Looked like he caught his jaw as well, which is always nice when you get a free shot as a guard. Couple of free throws here. Potential to put Taranaki back in the lead.
Owen Foxwell goes back to the line. He is 8 from 9 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe in the game. And make that 9 from 10 now.
Big game, 26 and 9 for Foxwell, really showing out this evening. Dave O'Hickey right there as well, 24, 8 and 7. Still got almost 8 minutes of gameplay.
We are commentating this game, folks, with big smiles on our faces as Pride.
Great cut by Charlie Pride there to put Tuatara up. Lead change again. Advantage Tuatara.
Here's Froling. This has been a great showcase of Sal's NBL. High scoring, great skill from all these players as Foxwell puts one right on the top shelf.
Man, right on time. Foxwell, big hit from the 3, and they're doing a lot to try and get him going to his right, but big hit.
Oh, nice from Vidanovic. He's fighting hard. No cigar, though, as Foxwell with that 3 goes to 29 points. Could be 30 here. It is 31. Owen Foxwell, back-to-back games of in excess of 30 points now.
And that's the 3rd time in a row that the Tuatara have allowed him to get straight downhill to his left, and that's Dave O'Hickey as well. He's got to be responsible for that, and Foxwell punishes them. Big hit to push them up here. Timeout Tuatara.
The new Australian international, Owen Foxwell, putting on a show. As Taranaki flex their muscles again.
Massive game against the Hawks. Almost had a 40-piece, so playing with a lot of confidence right now, Mr. Foxwell.
And there is reflection of that in that mixandpick.com. If you want to have some fun and get involved, folks, vote for your favourite player by scanning that QR code. And we got Foxwell, not surprising, leading the way at the moment with Dave O'Hickey there locking down 2nd place. Carlin Davison, if you've just joined our broadcast, fouled out in the 3rd quarter. Glennon, this is a good coach. He's a young, good test for him. He's a young coach. He's a 1st-year coach. Wonderful player, retiring at the end of last year. Straight into head coaching, Lindsay. It's nothing like being, being thrown in the deep end a little bit.
No, absolutely, and Cam doesn't know it yet, but he actually wants this for his group. The last thing he wants is for them to, to add Dave O'Hickey and Rob Lowe and just roll through the whole league. So, to go through a little bit of adversity, Rob Lowe going down, and to battle through this is great for this group. This is just what they need to learn and grow and get better.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. Vidanovic. Here's
like
Hickey.
This high spacing that they play out of here.
Pride almost loses it, but he has it.
Good
nice place. That's Ledger. I tell you, Ledger has stepped up in this last quarter.
He has. He had the flood on defense and a couple big layups by Josh Ledger. Big minutes for him here.
It's 4 points for him. He looks a lot better in the NBL game than he did in the Rapid League game, it must be said. He's contributing nicely in this one in the absence of Lowe.
You're right. He stepped up a lot with Robbie coming out. And again, doesn't necessarily show up with points and rebounds, but it's the little things.
Telfer to inbounder. Andrew, quick shot. It's good.
I have to say that is too easy though, and right back at you, Jack Andrew. Too easy on the little ducking.
Jack Andrew with 13. Gives Taranaki a 4-point lead again. Here's Hickey. Here's Vidanovic for 3.
Great contest by Andrew.
Oh, Vidanovic. Well done by Telfer.
Yeah, great scramble by Telfer to get that position back for Taranaki.
Foxwell working off Andrew.
Why are they letting him rejack to his left, Glenn? He is causing them nightmares. Make him go to his right.
You're asking the wrong person. 4 Again,
Nick
Telfer.
Barrow checking into the game here for Josh Ledger. As you said, very valuable minutes.
It's an interesting call by Cam Glidden.
Yeah, no Rob, obviously, so...
Ledger had it going on a little bit there. Fox will find space.
Oh.
And he played for the foul there in the end.
Yeah.
Andrew got the 2.
Could have just done a right-hand layup, but we'll take it if we're Taranaki, absolutely. And Jack Andrew never dies on the play. Gets rewarded. Up to 15.
Auckland got a little cold as Hickey tries to win that, and he does. 27 for Hickey, his 4th three-pointer of the game.
And obviously you're picking your poison with him and you want him to play from the perimeter, but not that comfortable. He can't just walk into straight line threes or he's going to knock those down. Ooh.
And there's Pride getting a rebound. And now Auckland have the opportunity to tighten it up again.
Hickey just letting the floor wipers know that they've got to do their job once he leaves.
A little reach in there, but
that's
going to
be... I mean, it's easier from here for us to see, but I thought that was off Tuatara, but they'll get the ball back here. Almost halfway through the 4th, Glenn.
Well, Froling agreed with you. Yeah, almost halfway through the 4th. There's a lot of play to come, and we're sitting here having no idea which way this is going to go. Who's going to have the composure down the stretch of this game? As Tuach looks for that little
fadeaway.
fadeaway.
A little bit with the smaller
how about Barrow picking that up, and then he throws it away. Did all the hard work there, Barrow.
Unlucky. That's called the Mikavakona. When
That's
you get the rebound
horribly
and fire it
unfair
out
on Mika,
play,
isn't it?
man, the only difference is
on,
Mika
man.
would come back down here and steal it and get you a layup at the other end. That's my boy.
I had the pleasure of sitting next to Mika on a flight up to Japan once, and just the nicest guy.
He is. It's my man, Mix.
Here's
Miss you, bruv.
Here's Telfer. He's fouled by Vidanovic.
Here come those towel wipers we were talking about, getting their monies in. That's his 4th there. 4th on Vidanovic. Big call, especially with Rob Lowe going down. So Telfer.
Yeah, they're going to need Vidanovic down the stretch of this game. So what does Cam Glidden here do?
He's got Josh Ledger over there that he could buy some minutes with as well, if he needs to.
So it's got Telfer going to the line now.
I mean, really what you're trying to do, Glenn, I believe, is keep them off the offensive boards, those positions. You know, the Frolings and the Andrews, such big bodies. They need someone out there to match that to finish this game, to give them the chance.
Scott Telfer's been going at 67% from the Chemist Warehouse stripe this season. That's his first point of the game as Taranaki cracked the ton.
Just to watch here, Glenn, Tuatara already in the bonus,
yes.
So Taranaki will shoot for the rest of the quarter. Whereas
they've only conceded one team foul.
One foul. They've got fouls to play with.
Yeah, that could be big, couldn't it? That's a real turnaround too, because the fouling earlier in the game from Taranaki wasn't good. Now Vidanovic
interesting
that one.
Sometimes subconsciously, without knowing it, you know, the game starts to even out with the energy in the building, and foul count coming back in Taranaki's favor right here.
And they know it too, so Taranaki will work that stat as Fletcher. Oh, that's a magnificent 3 from Fletcher.
And he's been huge for them this evening, Fletcher. That'll take him up to 21. And he's also got 5 boards.
I've got to say, he's been magnificent since
He's really kept
Davison.
them in touch, especially since Carlin left. Oh, no call. He got a flop. Oh, good hand. Great
another
recovery.
block from Andrew. That's his 2nd of the game.
Great. And I love the way that he just doesn't die on plays. He just keeps playing, and got to put a lot of that to being around the Australian NBL a lot, and the way that league is played and the habits he's picked up.
Fletcher, yeah, I was just saying, has been magnificent since Davison fouled out.
Absolutely. You can see Davo Hickey here. He's an athlete, but hands on the knees, you know, fatigue starting to set in a little bit. Hasn't had a sub and had to carry a heavy load with Rob being out. Still 4 minutes of gameplay here. So huge out of bounds here for Tuatara. 7 on the shot clock. Oh.
Let's give it back to Hickey. 4 on the shot clock.
Carry a hand.
Here he goes for 3 again, and he gets it again, Hickey.
And again, Glenn, you know, we're comfortable with him shooting it, but like, lift your hand up. You can't just let him shoot a free throw over you.
5 3-pointers now for Hickey. And he's gone 30 points. Here's Fletcher for 3 from the corner.
Good
He's well
hand
short.
by Hickey, the opposite. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
You put the hand up, right? Here's Tuach getting around
to his
Telfer.
right.
Oh, he's turned it over.
Great wall up by Harry Froling there.
Here comes Foxwell.
And I like this, just controlling the pace.
Fletcher wide open, and Fletcher will slam it home.
Rewarded with a dunk in turn.
Could be timeout time very shortly here for Cam Glidden and the Tuatara. Unless they score here. Vodanovic
with the keep. Good find.
We've got to stop this Taranaki momentum. Pride just escapes in time and gets 2 valuable points. And the referee's going to pause play with sweat on the floor.
Foxwell's banged that right hand up again. Just taking a look at it down there after that play. There's Armon Fletcher with the dunk.
23 for him now.
23 and 6, really big minutes. Taranaki will bring the ball down here, just under 3 minutes to play. Up 4. And still only 1 foul for Taranaki, Glenn.
Yeah, that's going to be
deep in the game, and Tuatara can't touch anybody, otherwise it's free throws. So that's a really big advantage.
Could be critical, couldn't it? Here comes Owen Foxwell. Tommy Vodanovic out there on 4 fouls, by the way, for the Tuatara.
Trying to shade him to his right here, but gets back to his left on the snake.
Can't get it to fall, and Tuach has it. It's a 3-on-2 situation. Tuach, nice and aggressive, and he lays it in for 2.
You are not stopping him. And Fletcher having some words with Froling, it looked like there. Wanted him to squeeze, but Tuach too athletic for the easy layup. Timeout, Coach McKinnon.
That was a big last couple of plays from the Tuatara. That might have given themselves a chance to win the game.
Absolutely, definitely keeps them in touching distance, which is all that you're asking with just under 3 minutes on the clock.
%61% for Foxwell on the MixandPick.com MVP. Davo Hickey, of course, 30 points. Let's compare them, actually, Lindsay. 31, because they've both played 37 minutes. Well, they played every second of the game. 31 points at 42% for Foxwell. He's 4 from 7 from 3-point range. He's got 9 rebounds and 6 assists. Now let's go to Hickey. 30 points at 50%, so a slightly better shooting percentage. 55% from the 3-point line, so that is a much better percentage than Foxwell. 8 rebounds, 7 assists. So the numbers are slightly better for Hickey, but look, I'm going to call it a dead heat at the moment.
Man, unbelievable performance. They were both up there before the game, you know, as guys to watch. And man, if I'm a young guard watching this game, absolutely so many things I can pick up. So tie, Glenn, I got you a tie right there. We'll see how the last 2 minutes are the most important part of the game, though, so I'll give you a winner in 2.
Exactly. Well, it's interesting that they put pride on Foxwell for that play. And they had Hickey marking Telfer.
Maybe with Hickey showing just a little bit of fatigue there, you know, they want to try and save him at this end of the court for 2 minutes, and he can get busy on the offensive end.
Fletcher inside to Harry Froling. He's going to post up here on Vodanovic. Nice, and it rolls in for Harry Froling. He's got a 13.
Beautiful baseline spin move there, and Hickey's complaining that the ball is wet. The ref does not care. He said, play on.
Hickey gets a screen from Barrow.
He's already hit 5 threes.
Oh, lovely pass, and there's Fletcher hammering Barrow. So it's going to be Nick Barrow to go to the line to shoot 2. And here's the second foul given up by Taranaki. Remember, Barrow's out there because Rob Lowe twisted that ankle in the 3rd quarter, and we haven't seen him since. And we won't see him again in this game. So Lowe's going to finish with 13 points and 7 rebounds.
I like that foul by Fletcher, not dying on the play. You know, you're up 4 here. You can't give up an easy one, so you send Barrow to the line. He has to knock down a couple free throws here.
Yeah, Nick Barrow. Not a great free throw shooter.
There you go. Advantage Taranaki, and they get the opportunity here to get an offensive set in as well and communicate.
Can he get the second one from the Chemist Warehouse stripe? Remember, every free throw made contributes funds to the BBNZ Hoops in Schools program, and that one is probably going to add a few cents to it too, which is good. So 3-point game with under 2 to play. Here comes Foxwell. Rolling away is Froling, and Froling, Too easy there on Vodanovic. Remember, he's out there on 4 fouls.
Yeah, and they've got to do something with that. That wing on ball's too easy, and that's not really Tommy's responsibility there. It's tough for him to show and get back.
Tuatara needs stops at the other end of the court, and they need baskets to fall, and there's a... Hang on, it's a foul. It's a foul. Now, Taranaki are just going to have to watch it here. These technical fouls have been a feature of the game, but Ryan Jones has called it.
Yeah, and great job there by quickly huddling and acknowledging that we've had a little bit of discipline issues and put it to bed and move on. So well done by Taranaki, learning from some of their previous failings.
So there's a timeout called on the floor there. So both teams going to have a quarter to figure things out down the stretch of this game. Score is 109, 104 rather, with 1:46 to play.
And Will Hickey here, he's 2 rebounds and 2 assists away from getting another 30-point triple-double. And as discussed, Foxwell leading the way for Taranaki, 31, 9 and 7, right on the verge of having a triple-double himself.
Well, plenty of things to say by Froling and Foxwell there.
You love that communication, and they're engaged. You can tell in their eyes, Glenn.
Well, yep, they've got the bit between the teeth, no doubt about it. I think Coach Sam McKinnon should take a lot of credit here. He's got his team right on point for this contest, right from the start when they raced away with those 2 dunks.
Absolutely, and they've obviously been fighting and a little bit of emotion in the building, and Carlin leaving, but they've done great here to put themselves in line to knock over a Tuatara team that's hottest in the league at home and right the ship for them. So big minute 30 here for Taranaki, but they're right on the verge.
Well, this is going to be a critical play here for the Tuatara. Tuach to inbounder, Vodanovic.
I'm just denying Hickey.
Pride in the corner. Here's Barrow from the free throw line. To Vodanovic, it's tipped back to Barrow. So another 14 seconds. It's Hickey, lines up the 3 and he's away. Is he fouled at the 3-point line by Telfer?
That is worst case scenario for Taranaki there, fouling a 3-point shooter in the act there. And been harping on it a lot here, just discipline, emotional, or that's like a skill discipline right there. And big call. 3 free throws for Hickey. Ryan Jones and Davo Hickey having a animated discussion here.
Yeah, if only we could read lips. Well, Hickey now with these free throws from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
I do have to say in that regard though, Glenn, I love that this young man has come down here from playing in, you know, the ANBL and the finals in front of thousands and thousands of people, but nothing changes with him and his approach and the way he competes. Much respect.
Yeah, those players are fantastic across all sport. Doesn't matter what singlet, what jumper they've got on. They play hard, they play to win.
You can see it in this kid, so love that about him. He's a baller.
Third free throw from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. That rattles in 2. So back to 2 with 1:12 to play. Hickey with those 3 free throws is up to 33. And he leads all scorers now in the game. Here's Foxwell. Rolling it back to Froling for 3. Now the rebound for Hickey.
And just to note, both teams in the bonus here, Glenn, just like that.
Exactly, he's pushed the pass too much. Didn't fall, and Froling held his ground. 45 seconds to play. What's happened? It's Tuatara possession. What happened there? Did Foxwell just lose it out of court?
Couple of broken plays, but Foxwell tried to burn him down the sideline. Looked like he little bit of contact, but lost his footing. Ball bumped off him, and Tuatara will get the basketball here. Down 2.
Just lost it out of court. No foul on Tuach.
Looking at that right hand again, that's caused him some issues. Took a hard fall on that earlier in the game.
Well, this has got to be a basket. There's a BNZ player timeout called by Hickey. Interesting call with still 46 seconds left.
I'd say they'll advance the ball here, and obviously he's got something that he wanted to get in from the sideline out of bounds. So Coach Glidden just leaving Davo to do his thing as he has to.
So it's still time for you to scan that QR code, get ticket to the big game, courtesy of BNZ. Proud supporters of the investment into New Zealand basketball. Well, Taranaki have led for the majority of this game, but are they going to win the game? 109 to 107 with 46 seconds left.
And everyone's on their feet here, and you're right, Glenn, a back and forth affair. So fourth quarter, this is when the game is won right here. Biggest possession of the game coming up.
Well, where's Hickey? There he is, just by Fletcher. A good move by Taranaki to put Fletcher back on him. Already got a couple of steals off Hickey in this game. Here's Tuach. Bogdanovic. Pride makes the cut. Back to Hickey with 6 on the shot clock. Here's Hickey. Here's Hickey squeezing between the defenders, and he gets the foul, and he's going to the line to shoot 2 more.
Interesting, that call come from the high referee there, Ryan Jones. The referee on the baseline didn't blow his whistle, so must have had a different angle. But great screen by Nick Barrow. Hickey on the split.
Well, Andrew, it looked like the foul went on him. It's his 4th.
Call if I'm Jack Andrew.
Well, that's like 3 tough calls on him in this game, but unlike a couple of others, he's held his composure.
I love his demeanor, you know, the way that he approaches the game.
That's the southern blood in him, mate. It really is.
He's just going to have a spates and not complain about it.
Here's Hickey now. Well, he's stepping up with these free throws from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Clutch from the line, Glenn, this evening. Not to put the hex on him.
Yeah, you just did. 9 from 11. But I'm going to back him to tie the scoreline up here.
I'm with you.
Oh, no! No way! Here's Foxwell.
Oh.
And he's lost it out of court again.
And uncharacteristic turnovers from a point guard of that stature, you know, and again, might have got slightly tripped there, but huge position here, baseline out of bounds for Tuatara.
Big credit for Tom Bogdanovic there. He stood firm there.
He didn't die on the play, you know, O-board, and it would have been easy to get back, but he stayed in the play, you're right, and that's Tommy V, that's his game, similar to Hiram Harris. They just play every play.
Hickey over to Pride. Xavier Adams out there now as we see Barrow back to Hickey. Hickey. Oh, then a little reach in by Fletcher. With 19.5 to play on Davo Hickey. Well, interesting call by Coach Sam McKinnon to put Xavier Adams out there. Oh, there's that little reach in by Fletcher. So things not going well for Taranaki down the stretch here, Lindsay, but they're still leading.
Absolutely, and I think by the looks of things, they're looking to call a player timeout if Davo makes the second free throw here.
So that locks the scores up. Taranaki's biggest lead of the ball game has been 13. Tuatara just 5. But are the Tuatara going to pinch this? They take the lead with 19.5 to play. Timeout called by Sam McKinnon. Well, what are they going to do here? What play are they going to work up here? They're going to work something up for Froling inside. What about Foxwell outside?
I mean, the beauty of the situation is that you can advance the basketball and that you're only down 1. So you can run something to the ring, and if something on the perimeter presents itself, you'll happily take that. But ideally, we get something at the ring and we force the referees to make a call if necessary, crash the O-boards. Both teams in the bonus to note as well.
Yes, that advantage from Taranaki rapidly vanished, didn't it?
It did.
It really did.
3 real quick ones there. So both teams will have to play with that, knowing that they can't foul here without free throws being given up.
Well, this has been one of the games of the year so far, you'd have to say. High scoring, lots of skill, fantastic play, drama with technical fouls, an injury to a major player as well. It's all been happening.
I like it's what I signed up for you, a little bit of smack talk, you know, back and forth. That's why we're here.
So let's go. 19.5 to play. Taranaki down by 1, and Owen Foxwell has the ball.
And no advance, okay? They're just going to play it out here. They're going to try and go for one shot.
Well, let's see. Here's Foxwell over to Froling. He's going to post up on Bogdanovic. 9 seconds left. There goes Froling.
Oh, ball.
Hang on, there's a foul there. There's a foul, and Ryan Jones has called it on number 32, Tom Vidanovic, who's fouled out of the game with 11 points. So with 5.5 to play, Harry Froling is going to go to the free throw line, the Chemist Warehouse stripe, to try and get Taranaki back in front.
Not you've seen there, Glenn. Old Dave O'Hickey went right into the middle of their little huddle there and had some words for Harry Froling in the middle of that to talk to him about his free throws.
This is just the second visit to the Chemist Warehouse stripe in the game. And Froling was 0-2 from his first visit, and he's 1 from 1 in this one.
I love that. Didn't even look like missing.
Now this one for the lead. And remember that. Yes, there's the lead. Now, Auckland have already used their BNZ player timeout, so it's down to this
Clock
here.
won't start till he touches it.
It is down to this for Hickey.
Middle on ball.
Can Hickey win the game here for Auckland? He's short, and Taranaki have got the win by a point. Hickey reckons he was fouled, but there was no call by the officials, and Taranaki have got the win in dramatic circumstances.
What a ball game, and you're right, Dave O'Hickey thought he got fouled on that last three. That'll be the third one that he'd been fouled on, but no call, and Taranaki escaped with the 1-point win.
And how about Harry Froling with those clutch free throws to end the game? Big makes there from Harry Froling.
Ice in his veins. Davo got right up in his grill and had some words for him, but he just calmly knocked those things down to secure the win for the Airs. Big time.
Wow, what a wonderful game of Sal's NBL. Great credit to both teams. Lots of passion, emotion, and competitive play from every single player out there. But the Airs get the win, 111 to 110. And it's worth mentioning too that that is a 5-game unbeaten run that is over for the Tuatara. Owen Foxwell is the game MVP with 57% of the vote. He's finished with 31 points, 9 rebounds and 7 assists. Excellent all-round game too from Dave O'Hickey. He'll show up strongly in the stats right here. 36 points. 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Wonderful games from both point guards, Lindsay.
Yeah, top billing, to both of these guys, and hats off. They were, the stars to watch for, and they showed out tonight, and so did these bigs. You can see Froling and Hickey again with 9 boards on the verge of a triple-double. Super impressive.
Froling topped the rebound count in the game with 12 rather, 10 of them at the defensive end. Davison topped the assist count despite fouling out midway through the third quarter after conceding his second technical foul. And Rob Lowe, well, he injured his ankle halfway through that third quarter as well, and we didn't see him again.
Yeah, if we have to be real about that, Glenn, probably the biggest turning point in the game. Things were going pretty well for the Tuatara up to that point, and then Rob jammed his ankle and things went south.
Well, wonderful game here in New Plymouth, and hopefully I'm sure we're going to in fact get some more excellent games coming up over the next round, which starts on Thursday, round 7, and it all begins at Palmerston North with Jets and Phi doing battle, the Hawks against the Bulls in Napier, and the Sharks play the Giants on Anzac Day, and then on Saturday at 12:30 we're back at Palmerston North for that Jets-Panthers game. Well, there we are. Awesome game played here in New Plymouth. We hope you enjoyed it here on Sky Sport. And stick around. We've got more Sal's NBL action very soon. But once again, congratulations to the Taranaki Airs, victors over the Auckland Tuatara in this game, 111 to 110.